You can hear us.
Hello. Hey.
Hopefully everyone's at the right level.
Hopefully we heard we had some audio issues last week with Conlon and I being super loud. But hopefully that's not the case this time. But hello everyone. Welcome back to Nat Disaster. And if you're here for the first time, which I doubt it, we barely have anybody in these streams, but hey, if anybody's here new, welcome. This is the Disaster Stream. My name is Brian Creevy and I'm the Disaster Master here. Welcome to this pile of chaos that we have compiled for all of you.
We like the chaos.
I'm not playing a chaotic character. I do not want chaos. This is a job.
Wait, are you the only non-chaotic one now?
Oh yeah, Rainn is not chaotic at all. She's neutral.
You get to feel our pain.
Oh yeah, she's been annoyed at everyone the entire time.
I'm so excited to be the vote in your side that you always are on mine.
Yeah.
So, Conlon, why don't you start us off today, you tech paladin? Introduce your non-chaotic character.
My name is Conlon Rose. I should guess I have to phrase it that way nowadays.
Oh no.
In this wonderful rogue campaign that we're playing, I'm playing Rainn. Last name redacted.
It's not actually redacted. It's redacted in the sense that she doesn't know.
I don't have a time.
Ryan, I think everybody got the joke.
That was the point of the joke. She is a wonderful quarter elf who is going to probably be angry at every single member of the party for the rest of these sessions because they're going to do something. She's going to be like, we're here to make money and get out and be alive, and you're all doing things against those priorities.
I'm here to party.
Bullshit, I'm here to party, and I'm gonna screw everybody.
Why is everyone here to party?
And Conlon, what is Rainn's alignment?
I'm gonna make
Rainn's
this
alignment
into
a neutral, leading towards neutral good.
Wouldn't that be true neutral?
She is true neutral.
She's like on the cusp. She's true neutral, leading towards good.
Yeah, it's one of those evils. The evil deeds she randomly does tends to offset the goodness that's in her heart. Because she grew up, on the streets, and
So she'll randomly help a lady across the road and then push her back into traffic.
Nah, she would help an old lady who's clearly helpless across the road, but then pickpocket the guy that said, "Wow, that was very nice of you."
Yeah.
So, Callum, why don't you introduce yourself, Mr. Majestic Beard, who we can't see today?
Yeah, sorry you guys can't see me. I'm having connectivity issues. My name is Wind Whisper. I'm playing a Enku rogue swashbuckler warlock elemental evil patron, and I'm gonna fucking love it. I'm gonna use my parrot voice some more. It's gonna be great.
What would you consider your alignment, Callum, for Wind Whisper?
Chaotic neutral.
Okay, we got some cats in here. And
characters, how does this happen?
And we got a nice little Cthulhu image for him to represent the chaos he'll bring into this. Hopefully we don't get sued for having Cthulhu in this stream.
Hopefully not.
All right.
I don't think we can be. H.P. Lovecraft is dead, isn't he?
That's
Pretty
true.
sure
He's
he is.
dead. Also, he was super anti-Semite, so fuck him anyway.
H.P. Lovecraft is 100% dead.
He's been dead.
Oh, I mean, guys, or is
Fuck that dead Nazi.
or is he?
As we say that,
That's where I was at. Maybe he froze himself like Walt Disney.
Walt Disney did not freeze himself. His body was cremated.
as we say that.
No, he froze his head. Come on.
All right, so
It's just propaganda. I researched this one day because I was really bored and didn't want to do work.
Oh, sure, they would tell you if there was a frozen Walt Disney body under the castle.
Oh no, you actually gotta be like, you gotta go out. I would not look about Disney because Disney's like, no, there's not. Question. No one dies at Disney World. They die off property in the hospital next to Disney World.
Well,
They just died in the swamp.
next on the introduction, so we can get to our game.
We're the worst.
We have the Chaos Incarnate himself, Mr. Brian Maines.
That's a very accurate description.
So introduce yourself and your character mains.
So I'm Brian. I play Serenity. Yeah, I'm just gonna make our party become a whole sex party. Fuck it.
No, we are not having an orgy. We have to
We
steal
have so
things.
many-
I don't think Andy's into that.
No, we're gonna make the party.
Andy's more of a
in order to
one-on-one
steal
person.
our objects.
Yeah, Andy's a one-person kind of guy.
And Brian, what is Serenity's alignment? Obviously chaotic, but
Yeah. See, I don't really know because I think it's more towards neutral. Because she just wants to screw.
Also, are you a straight rogue or have you multi-class?
Oh, I'm straight rogue.
Okay.
Well, not a straight rogue.
No, jeez, the definition of pansexual.
Because she's
You are a very fluid rogue.
Yeah.
I think the gender fluid
see?
pansexual that he's playing today. That's the correct the way to describe it, I believe, Brian.
and after Brian mains, we have the note taker who's taking much different types of notes in this campaign.
Doodles.
He's
I
gonna
like
draw the
notes.
birds.
So, I'm Vicky. I am playing today Andy. He is a monk, he is a rogue, and he is a cat. And that's him.
Tabaxi.
It's a
Taxi, but
taxi, thank you.
As Rainn said,
That
tabaxi.
is.
You mean tabaxi.
He doesn't know what this is.
he doesn't know how to do his taxes.
No, he doesn't need to do taxes. He's a monk. He's paid for it. It's fine.
And
He
Vicky,
doesn't make
paid
any
for
money.
and Vicky,
He doesn't make any money.
Rainn doesn't pay taxes.
and Vicky, what do you think his alignment is?
I don't pay
Oh,
taxes.
he's
Sorry, doesn't it?
chaotic good.
Okay.
He has a lot of good in his heart, but he's stupid, which makes him chaotic. He's
It's
chaotic
not
because he's
smart,
stupid.
It's just because he's stupid.
Yeah, it's
He
because
doesn't know
he's
any
dumb.
better.
He doesn't know any better yet. He has a small attention span and a small brain.
Aw. It's
Yeah,
normal
love him.
size.
I love him
Just bring up
so
the laser
much,
pointer.
though. Okay, fine. He has a smooth brain. Does that make you feel better?
And then
Oh, he's a smooth brainer.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
the
He's a
map-
flat
Vicky, just
earther,
don't
too.
pour a laser pointer on him.
He's a flat earther. That's hilarious because we're in a floating city, so he could literally walk off the edge.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, we have the masked vigilante in this campaign himself. Yeah.
What up, guys? I'm playing Delson Martithas. He is a rogue fighter Echo Knight. And he is chaotic good.
Okay. All right. So,
Chaotic good.
what?
He was raised by rich parents and saw a lot of injustices being brought against the poorer class of Zista City
Oh,
and
wow.
decided to steal from the rich and give to the poor.
Wow.
Robin Hood?
He's gonna like this guy.
And then, actually, truly, last and least, hi, I'm Paul. I'm
We love Paul.
the random NPC commoner who's not even a class, who just happened into this mission by himself.
I'm going to be astonished if Paul is still alive at the end of this.
If Paul makes it
Yes.
to the fucking place we have to go pick up the invitations, it's gonna be a miracle.
We don't even have a fucking healer, dude. He's not gonna survive.
Guys, I'll be honest, since he's not even a class, he's just a commoner, I was very generous and gave him 3 hit points.
3.
He's like a baby. He's like threw a baby against a wall. That's Paul.
Like, someone's gonna shove him and he's just
Yeah.
gonna die.
Well, it's gonna shove the wall too hard. He's hit a wall and just be dead. He'd be like, we're all killing each other. That didn't happen, right?
This
Scatter.
Paul
Scatter.
unconscious.
It's based off of Peter from Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds, sponsor us.
Aviation Gin, sponsor us. I don't even like gin, but I love Ryan.
And don't make a joke like that when drinking a. It's gonna do the
Ryan Reynolds.
die.
Sponsor us.
Watch him just
I'll
fucking.
just
Watch him just fucking.
bourbon.
And sponsor us.
Ryan Reynolds in the enters the
wait,
chat.
wait, I
Ryan
have
Reynolds
another
does weird
sponsor.
shit, man. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've heard him do. Remember he yelled at a whole bunch of kids who were dressed as X-Men for Halloween?
Oh yes.
All right,
Guys,
well,
we should get Logan Smokes to sponsor us.
I
if
don't
you
know what
can-
that is.
If you can do it, go ahead. I'll
Logan Smokes is a CBD cigarette company.
Then we can all be calm.
write them a
I am
strong
never calm.
message, Callum.
Same, that's the joke.
Maybe my dispensary.
You know what, Brian? I'm going to tomorrow.
I encourage you to do it.
What's happening?
All right, I will. I'm gonna say, look at me. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Rick and
And
Morty
that's all my
sponsor us.
letter will consist of.
Look at me.
Anyways,
Already D&D module, so
anyways,
We do.
if you guys,
It's going over
if
there.
You guys,
we should definitely play a Rick and Morty game one day. Anyway,
Oh,
if you guys
It
have
hurt
not
my
realized,
feelings.
if you guys have not realized by now, this is a D&D stream. We may not seem like it right now.
We're also
we
a
get really
podcast.
distracted.
When we
this
get
is a
distracted.
just talking stream, technically.
Nah, it's under D&D. Don't worry. We can do just. I want to do podcasts with us because we would talk in bullshit for like 6 hours and we'd be like, oops.
Can I be a part of that?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Okay, before we get into today's session, Callum, whenever we decide we want to go back to the main Tychorus campaign, when it's safe to do so, or we can do things, we are going to have a recap podcast the week before where we just bullshit and we talk about everything from the main
Oh
campaign.
God.
All of us have probably forgotten most of it except me because I'm a psychopath. But, you know,
True.
I remember lots of stuff happened to Bracket. I have to remember that shit.
anyways.
Okay,
So-
I can dig that. I would really love to just be on a bullshit podcast with you guys.
Yeah.
We'll work on that. That's our next step in our media
Stay tuned.
empire.
Stay tuned, everybody, for the Nat Disaster podcast. I'm sure it'll be just as disastrous as these streams.
One of those coming soon
Possibly
things.
more, so.
Oh yeah, unless we have talking points, we're fucked. We're just gonna get distracted.
But anyway,
Oh, look, a butterfly.
if all
That's
our
pretty.
distractions have finally ended and come together.
Okay, everyone, focus. We all can do it. I have to get into Rainn's mind, which is much more focused.
Nah, Andy's already like this.
I need to actually go drink. I need to go to the Mountain Dew that doesn't have liquor in it, so there's some happy.
Let tonight's disaster in the Heist campaign. So, previously, guys, on that disaster, Heist. I don't know, that's the best title I can come up with right there.
No, that's pretty good.
Heist.
Has an exclamation point too. That's how it's titled.
Who is
Rainn-
hash brown jelly?
Hash Brown Jelly is Ethan, our number
Oh.
one fan.
Uh-huh.
Ethan.
Just trademarked in that disaster podcast.
So, last time on that disaster heist, Rainn had gotten a contact from the Underzista of Zista City with a new mission that they want to entrust her leading and forming a team with. Something to steal a lost artifact of the Devilkin people underneath that had been acquired by Dai Honoda, basically the CEO of one of the major companies in Zista City that produces all the oil. They trusted Rainn to put together this team, and after putting out a bunch of flyers, 2 days go by, she holds a meeting at the Ancient Tavern. One by one, characters enter through the room. Wind Whisper, the Kenku. Serenity, the Syncubus. Then Delsin, also known as Shadow. Then
Excuse me, the Shadow?
the...
Yeah, not like Shadow the Hedgehog. It's
Are
the
you-
Shadow.
Are you gonna pull like an Oliver Queen, like from the Arrow to Green Arrow, like Shadow to Black Shadow or something?
Who knows? Let's see where this goes.
And then
Dark Shadow.
and then after the Shadow arrived, Paul arrived through. And while everything seemed like the meeting was about to begin, a blast from Rainn's past entered through the room, mistakenly not even here for the mission, in the form of the lovable idiot Andy. After discussing the task at hand
That's me.
and showing some displays of everybody's ability,
Useful skills.
Andy and Wind Whisper decided to go outside and race and evaded the guards in the town, while Rainn, Paul, Serenity, and Delson all just continue talking and decided to meet back up at the local tea shop nearby in the morning to come. As everybody went back to their abodes, Andy and Wind Whisper to
Come
her
on.
abode, Serenity back to her whorehouse, Delson back to his lair, and Rainn back to her apartment for the night.
Serenity didn't go to sleep, just so you know.
Then you need a level of exhaustion, my sir. Well, this is
You're
what
Somehow
gonna
he's just
purposefully get a level of exhaustion?
if you didn't sleep, you get a level of exhaustion, man. All right, and that is where we end last night's session. As Andy and Wind Whisper rush off to Andy's abode, they are met outside of her parents' weapons shop.
Yeah.
It's called, all the way to my notes, it's called the Sharpened Touch. It is in the Rising Wing District. The door at this time of night has been closed and the lights are off, but you have the key to get in, Andy.
Yeah, I open up the door, I let Wind Whisper in before me, and then I follow him in and lock it behind me.
Okay. Right now, you
And
don't
then
see anybody in the main section of the store where there's weapons lined up, or there's your father is repairing equipment. You can see your staircase on the side and the back room where your parents.
can I do a quick listen to see if I can tell where my parents are in the house?
Roll a perception check.
Do your parents know you're at the back?
Wait.
Yeah.
While Andy is doing that perception check, I'm gonna cast Gust at his face.
Do what?
That give me disadvantage or something?
You
Yeah.
just hear wind.
It's gonna give you disadvantage because you're trying to listen.
Okay, that's not that bad. I rolled pretty dirty 20.
Okay, so even with the gusts of wind blowing in your ears,
He's a lot shorter than I am.
the sound of heavy snoring comes from the back room where your parents do sleep. You don't hear it.
Okay.
It seems like anybody's awake. You live upstairs. It doesn't seem like anything's coming from upstairs at this time.
I'll grab a bottle of mead or 2 bottles of mead from the liquor cabinet and bring them upstairs.
Okay.
And show Wind Whisper the way up, and I'll be like, you can crash over here.
Know that this is your house?
I had a
Andy
key.
hasn't said anything, but Andy did have a key to get in.
Okay, that doesn't help me. So I'm probably pulling out a dagger and I'm starting to creep up the stairs like a fucking sociopath.
Do I see?
Oh my God.
See the knife?
As you were leaving. Okay. I mean, are you concealing the knife, Callum?
No, I expect Andy to be on my side.
I turn around on the staircase and I'm like, what do you have a knife out for, man?
So I'm just gonna say dangerous but worthwhile.
It's like, nah, this is my parents' place, dude, we're fine.
Oh, so I just drop my jaw and I'm incredulous for a second. I put my knife away and I'm like, what do I say? Hold on.
You just squawk.
This is my house.
Okay. In case you guys didn't know, this entire stream is just a laughing simulator nowadays.
Yeah.
Supposed to be the most serious and dangerous heist in stallion history. All we do is giggle.
Just wait till the final boss. You guys won't be giggling then.
Andy probably will be.
Magic.
Right? The Kenku is just gonna be laughing like a fucking hyena.
Okay, so I pick up his knife for him and hand it back to him. I'm like, come on, follow me. We'll go to my room. And I bring him upstairs and close the door. And I'm like, okay, you can sleep over there. There's a couch by the wall.
It's a very
And
simple upstairs. It
I'm
looks
just
like
gonna take
a living
in
room.
the scene of your room, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you're cool. Man, you're cool.
The room
I
itself
live
is
with
very
my
simple.
parents. That's not that cool.
It's very simplistic. It looks like the upstairs living room. Like there's been a bed that's been shoehorned in one corner. You got a couch in one section, living tables, some cabinets with some knickknacks and things like that as well.
Yeah.
But you have
So
a house.
I'll
I
like.
live on a fucking boat.
I actually, Brian, does Andy know what a pirate is?
Roll a history check.
Okay. With him, because I mean, come on. Oh, that's bad. That's a 3.
You have never even heard a bedtime story about pirates before, so you look at Wind Whisper and you have no idea what they're dressed up as.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, why do you talk like that? As I like pass him.
I don't even say to that.
I pass him one of the bottles of mead, and I like sit down.
Callum, you've probably said before, like, I'm a pirate or something with the word pirate in it or something like that.
No, but what I'm gonna say when Andy passes me the bottle of mead is I'm 80s.
I think you.
He just laughs and goes, okay, and then is just kind of like, man, it's kind of hard to talk to you when you can't say anything. Okay, let's do this.
Oh God,
There's
no.
yes, no, maybe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He counts up to like. Yeah, he counts to like 30, or until you stop him.
He loses count.
Yeah.
I am gonna stop you at probably 10, and I'm like, I just hold up my fingers, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Sorry. I guess. Okay. You wanna play?
I'm just a pirate.
I don't know what that is though. I'm just gonna say, do you wanna like play a game or something? Okay. I bet you. Let's see. Let me look at my gold real
The
quick.
second you say bet, my eyes go like bugged.
Okay. I bet you. Because I'm gonna roll a d6 for this because I don't know how much he would
You
bet.
could totally like completely swindle me out of every gold piece that Rainn gave me, and I would not blink.
I'm gonna say I bet you 10 gold I can hold my breath longer than you.
So I just go anchors away and go.
Okay,
Right.
I hold my breath.
What are your Constitution scores, guys? Or Constitution modifier?
It does not matter for Andy. He does not need to breathe.
Callum, what is your Constitution modifier?
Well, you don't need to breathe?
Yeah, he doesn't need to breathe. He doesn't know that though. He hasn't figured that out yet.
Wait.
It's the rogue subclass that Andy ended up taking.
But his Constitution modifier, his Constitution modifier is +3, so he's gonna assume he can hold his breath for 4 minutes.
Mine is also +3.
Okay, so you guys both hold your breath just staring at each other. A minute goes by, 2 minutes go by, 3 minutes go by, 4 minutes go by, and Wind Whisper, you're at the cusp. You're like starting to see like red spots on your vision. And Andy, you feel like you should need to breathe soon, but there's nothing. You're like, I can keep going, and you're just staring right at him.
Yeah.
Callum, do you hold until the absolute last moment?
I give him a big smile.
I'm gonna go.
What?
What did you say?
Bilge sucker.
I don't know what that means. He's gonna say, I don't know what you mean, man. And I'm gonna take the gold.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add 10 gold to my thing. That was
so
a Vicky.
lame.
Okay. Now he's gonna say, okay, I bet you 3 gold I can do more push-ups than you can.
I'm just gonna like slap my biceps and just go, I'm 80.
Okay.
Roll athletics checks, guys.
Okay.
Yes. Athletics?
Yeah, this is the feat of
I got a
athletics.
22.
Damn, I got a 16.
All right, so you guys both start at a good pace. You guys are going, you're getting into the 30s, and then Andy starts slowing down, and the Kenku just like puts one feathered arm behind its back and keeps on going. And then it gets to the point where you're hitting the 40s, and Andy, you get to 50, and then the Kenku keeps pushing a little bit further, and you drop right after 50, Andy.
Okay. I give him the 3 gold.
Woo!
I say, you want to choose the next thing? I've picked 2. It seems a little unfair.
I don't know how I'm gonna like tell you
Yeah,
what
I
I want to do though.
I know.
When
You
you
could-
say, "Do you want to pick?" I'm gonna nod vigorously and go, "Yarmy swabbies, yarmy swabbies."
You could do you know how to do charades?
I nod at this as well.
So I'm gonna try to understand what he's miming, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
What do you do, Wind Whisper?
Let me. I don't even know. Hold on. All I'm good at is fucking sword play, and I don't want to like whip my sword out and start attacking you.
2.
Oh, hide and seek!
Yes.
I'm gonna hold my hands up in front of my face and then like peek between my feathered fingers, and then I'm gonna like close my fingers again, and I'm gonna go and duck behind your bed, and then I'm gonna poke my head up and go, and like duck back down.
Is it safe to say that Andy understands this, or do I have to roll an insight check?
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
You don't have common knowledge. Try to understand meaning.
Oh no. That's an 8.
Something to do with disappearing or going somewhere else at this
Okay.
away from you. Like you're
Okay.
not able
So
to
when you
tell
say
exactly
that,
what
I'm
to do.
definitely gonna start nodding very vigorously.
I guess I don't know how to disappear. That's not a thing I can
No.
do.
When you say I don't know how to disappear, I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I hold my hands up in front of my face again.
Copy him and go 1, 2, 3, and then I move them.
But so okay, so at that I nod
Okay.
and then I point up.
Count higher.
And I give you a thumbs up, and I say,
Okay.
"I."
Okay. I'm gonna count to 25.
Okay. Cal, roll a stealth check.
All right. Yes.
Can I roll a perception check with my ears to see if I can hear where he's going?
Yeah,
Before
go ahead.
Okay.
Thinking.
Thank
Right.
you.
So I got a 26.
Oh man. 16.
Like the wind itself.
Oh
When was
shit!
this?
I didn't place a bet.
We're just playing hide and seek.
Fine,
All right.
whatever.
25 seconds go by, and Andy, you open up your eyes. Wind Whisper's gone.
I'm gonna try to find him. I'm like, little buddy.
Callum, where would you have tried to hide?
Probably underneath the bed, but like not like laying on the ground. Probably holding myself like by the slab
All right,
My stomach is off the ground.
Andy. I don't know if you have any skills that would be able to see a 26 stealth, but you can do a perception or an investigation.
I'll try perception, but even a nat 20 for me is a 25, so I will try, but he cannot succeed. Yeah, that's a 15. He's looking for you for a while.
The next 10 minutes go by, and Andy just isn't able to find you until Wind Whisper, your hands are starting to like shake.
There's a moment where Andy's like, "Man, Rainn's gonna kill me for losing him. Oh no!"
So when I hear you say that, I thump to the ground underneath your bed, and I roll out from underneath it.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Rainn was there,
so
like, he's a rogue. I'd hope he's good at hiding.
You're so good at hiding. Oh man.
Paying him for...
I feel like I'm too big to try it the other way around, but do you want to try?
At this point, I'm gonna pull out 5 gold pieces, and I'm gonna nod my head.
Okay, I'll put 5 gold down that he can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy,
I'm gonna place it on the table with your 5 gold, and I'm going to start counting.
And you
I'm just gonna go.
count to 25.
I'm gonna put my hands in front of my face and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and just keep saying 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hide. Oh no, that's a 13.
All right.
I rolled a 3 and I have a plus 10 to stealth.
Holy shit, you have a plus 10?
Yeah, expertise, motherfucker.
Holy crap, I have a plus 8 and I have expertise, but damn.
I have a 19 dex.
Damn young.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Do I make a perception check?
Yep, roll the perception check, Wind Whisper.
Okay, perception, I
Totally
got
gonna find
a
me.
23.
Oh damn it!
So Andy, where
You see his ears are just pointing up behind the couch. You can just see the top of his ears.
Okay, when I see
And
your ears...
his tail is like around the side as well.
Oh, even better, even better. I'm gonna creep as quietly as possible towards your tail.
Okay.
And
He's staying still, so.
I'm going to peck at it with my beak.
Ah, shit! He falls on his ass.
All right.
Man. Okay, so you take 5 gold from me. Okay. You know, I feel like we should be friends after this. I really like you.
I'm gonna nod vigorously. I'm gonna say, I miss Flobbies.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out. Let's see. What do I have? I don't know. I don't know what else we could do. That's all the games I can think of, really, unless you want to play some cards or something.
Oh my god, Wind Whisper goes fucking nuts. He just starts chirping and fucking flapping his arms. He's like, yeah, dude, that's fucking great.
Oh shit, okay. I go to the cabinet and pull out a deck of cards and just start playing.
All right. To streamline the card playing.
Yeah.
Play that.
Probably. I think Andy would be willing to play until it was time to go to bed because he wants to wake up early tomorrow because he wants to get to the cafe early. But as long as there's enough time until he needs to go to sleep, pretty much.
I would like to do 5 gold bets, and I would do 2 out of 3, and then drink a bottle of mead with you and try to talk with you.
Okay.
All right. So games of skill are intelligence-based checks.
Aww. Are they really?
Unless you try to cheat, and then there's sleight of hand checks in between. But for the actual game itself, they are intelligence.
Try to cheat. I'm gonna try to cheat once.
So everybody,
out of the 3 times.
Both you guys roll an intelligence check. Let me know the number.
Not fair.
Okay. My intelligence check is a 20, dirty 20.
He rolled a 15. Not bad for him.
Okay, and now whoever is going to cheat, roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I'm gonna try to cheat.
Can I try to notice Andy cheating, or?
It would be a perception check.
All right.
It's a 24.
Ah, fuck me. I got a 17.
So
I rolled a nat 17 plus 7, my boys.
So, in Wind Whisper, it looks like
None of you should
have
play
the
cards
upper-
against Rainn.
It looks like you have the upper hand, but then when all the cards are down, Andy's hand is much better than yours, and you're not sure where or how they would have had that. But like, you didn't see any foul play or anything like that, so they must have been honest. So Andy wins the first round.
Okay, so I take gold from that.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's try it. So you wanted to do 2 out of 3?
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Okay,
2 out of 3.
So one more round and see how that goes.
Intelligence.
Okay.
check.
If I do poorly, I'm gonna try to cheat again, I think. Okay, yeah, that's an 11.
Callum, what'd you get?
Okay. I got. Oh no! I got a 4.
Okay,
Oh,
who's
no.
gonna try to cheat? Are you guys both gonna try to cheat?
I'm gonna try to cheat.
Both
I
of you guys
guess-
roll sleight of hand checks.
I will also try to cheat because he thinks that Wind Whisper is smarter than him.
Also, I think Andy
And then
cheats
you guys-
every
Oh,
time.
that's a 26 to cheat.
And you guys can both roll.
Nice.
If you want, you can both roll a perception to see the other person cheating if you would like.
I will.
Mine's,
that's
mine's only a 22 though.
Okay.
That's a 9 perception.
You do not see Wind Whisper cheating.
Perception, I got a 24.
And what was your sleight of hand?
My sleight of hand was 26.
So, just shy Wind Whisper. You're keeping a diligent eye after last turn. You're just like, there's no way they had that card. There's no way. And you're looking, and by the time the cards are down, you didn't see any foul play, and Andy is the winner.
Nice. Okay, so I win
If Andy
So I win
does,
10 gold total.
is this good at cheating all the time, Rainn definitely brought him to go cheat cards with her.
All right. So you can play, guys.
Probably.
So you guys play cards for a while until you guys both want to retire for the night.
Yeah, I'll tell Andy, or that's me. I'm gonna
That's
ask
myself.
Wind Whisper. Can I just call you Windy? I feel like the thing is kind of hard to do.
I wish I could. Yeah.
I said yes and no to you, so you should be able to say yes and no.
I know, but he's a pirate.
Okay.
He uses
Yeah, that's
pirate
true.
lingo.
Okay. So when we like lie down, I'm gonna be like telling him about my mentor back at the monastery. I'm gonna tell him about like the first time Rainn and I went on a date. I'm gonna tell him about my
I'm gonna stay
ex-boyfriend.
silent through all of this,
Yeah.
but I am listening diligently.
You have
I'm gonna
all
tell
the
him
words
about-
of this story now to use.
Yeah, I tell him about my ex-boyfriend who is now like a really, really good fighter, and can it be one of the chief's sons?
We'll talk. We can definitely
Interweaving
possible.
the campaigns.
Okay.
Interweaving
Okay.
campaigns.
Anyway, so I say, yeah, he was really cool, but like he just, he had to really focus on his career, and
Career.
I have a lot to do with
fight
them.
clubs.
I have a lot to do with the monastery, so like, it just didn't work out. But he's really cool, and I still want to be his friend. But like, sometimes that doesn't work out too. But he's really cool, and I wish him well. And like, just talk about random shit until they fall asleep.
Probably about 10 minutes before you stop talking, you're probably going to hear, I guess not before you stop talking, but like 10 minutes before you intend to stop talking, Wind Whisper is asleep.
Okay. He gets a little smile on his face, is gonna cover him with a blanket, and then also go to bed.
Andy's so wholesome.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy.
Alright, so now on to the whorehouse. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian, what
That
do
was
you
fun.
do?
Oh man, we're not gonna take something
travel
gentle,
across-
Rainn reading a book. That's all Rainn would be doing. I'm now reading a book just to
you
point out what
travel
my character
across
would be doing.
You travel across town to return back to Fortune's welcome gift. You open the door and you can see the normal welcoming signs. You can see patrons walking around, other women and men on the floor, scantily clad as they are trying to take on suitors for the night. Are you going to try to seduce anybody for the night to gain some coin?
No, is there like a reception desk?
Yes. There's
I'm gonna walk up to the receptionist
Reception
and ask if anyone has asked for me tonight.
There is the half orc woman who's just at the desk, and she's just looking around. She's like, let me see. And she looks at you, and she's like, Serenity. Okay. It took her a second to take your form in and be like, I mean, none of your usual clients, but there are plenty of suitors around if you would like.
Well, if anyone puts in a request, just send them up. I'll be awake for the next hour.
Okay. And you head back up to your chambers for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about an hour before an Asimar fancy dressing, looks like a nobleman does come knocking on your door.
Ooh.
Oh, come in.
He opens the door and he's just like, hello, are you Serenity?
Very well, I am.
I've already paid the fee. Now, I heard you have a wonderful amount of specialties.
Oh yes, I could be whatever you desire tonight.
And he pulls out a drawing of another Asimar woman, and it's very
that's-
well done. And he's
that's
just like, I'm not going to
creepy.
get into details, but
That is really
could you be
creepy.
them?
It's his dead
Have
wife.
I seen this woman before?
The drawing? No, this is somebody in their personal life. It's you would not have
Well,
seen this before.
Based upon like, have I seen her like around town?
You might have seen a face in the field who looks like they would have been like them at some point. Possibly, based off of other Asimars you do see. It is a drawing, so you can at least get with the picture, and from recollection of other Asimars seen walking around, you could probably get very close with your transfer.
Okay, I'll inform him. I can't do her specifically, but I can do my best. And then I'll transform
Do your
into
best?
yes.
He looks at your form and he's just like, yes, that will do quite right. And he goes over and he blows out the candle on your desk, and the rest is history. And you can take the normal knight's fee, which is 25 gold per night. It's they got some high class people here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gold.
Rainn, what do you do?
I
with
guess
your
that's really good.
I'm
yeah.
doing what Rainn would be doing, but she would not be reading a book about strategy. She'd be reading her book about. Well, she could be reading a book about strategy, but not tonight. She'll be reading more, trying to learn Dwarven. She's even going to try and practice some of the most basic words in it out loud by herself and realize, I'm going to need help.
Alright, you could probably add
ravens
however
ravens can
hours.
speak. So the raven could help you probably.
She's just trying to speak Dwarven to
Just
this raven. The
actually.
raven's just like, this raven probably only knows Common. She's just not looking at her.
You can add however many hours you would spend in the night studying Dwarven to your
What time was it that we went back to our homes?
You probably would have returned to your home probably around 10.
She'll read a little late. She'll read for about 4 hours. then go to bed.
So 2 in the morning. All right. And
Not
then
paying attention, lose track of time.
Delson, is there anything you do when you go to your abode over in? I believe we decided it's going to be in the nature's direction.
Which one's nature's direction?
That was in the middle class, one of the Ascension Square, the
Yeah.
the northwestern Ascension Square.
Yeah, I just so I don't think Delson would have done anything special really. Probably just go home, work out, make sure all his weapons are in top shape, study a bit on all of the nobles, and then probably go to sleep.
Okay, so as you enter into your abode, it's a quiet and empty house. Not much out of the usual for what you do see, until you are able to open up the hidden hatch in the room to get to your lair below your house. You follow the stairs downstairs, and you can see the stone room, lit some lanterns in the corner, which you light for some actual sight in here. You spend a little bit of time working out and then studying over some notes. I want you to roll a history-based check.
History! Alrighty. History +2. That would be a 17, my good man.
Okay. So you do find a little bit from your notes about the Dai Honoda, the one that you actually are tasked to try to find. Just some brief notes from the things you've gathered over the months. He is the Dai of the Oil Retrieval Institute, which it's based in the border, the southernmost section. That's where the actual factory itself resides. Something where itself they've manufactured little stone pipes, and through the authorization of certain magic that manipulate the air itself, they're able to pull up oil itself from somewhere below Krulin's crater. Not much is known about that. You know that the Dai typically hires people from the lower class the section of the city, even some people from the Sovereign Airways, which is the bridge outside the city for those who can't afford the fee to get inside. The Dai himself does reside in Suspended Superiority. He is one of the floating houses on the southwest corner of the way between the Divinity's Overlook and the actual Era Amber Castle itself. But that's all the notes that you are able to find just in your stash from what you've stolen to try to find corruption and whatnot.
Okay.
Not a lot of good reports of how the workers are treated, but it's not like they whip or hurt them. It's just not good pay for the work and labor they put them through.
Understandable. Okay.
Okay. And after some studying and some working out for the night, sleep does find you. All of you guys do get a long rest. I don't think any of you guys... Oh, you guys did use some of your abilities to show off, so you regain all of those abilities back.
Yeah.
Rainn
Yay!
didn't. Rainn just had a normal day.
I didn't use an ability.
And you guys all wake up the next morning. And just for context for our returning viewers, this is the morning in the main campaign where Nock was flying with Vayne very, very fast to get to the Blessed Feet tribe the night after her tribe has been attacked, and the rest of the Misfit warriors get inside of their boat and travel down the Kaldurath River and trying to catch up with her, being a little bit late. And that is it. You guys wake up the next morning. You know that you were told to meet up at the tea shop next to where Rainn does live, which now that we've given me a week to come up with it, bye, Andrew. Andrew.
I would like to try to arrive there early with Wind Whisper.
You guys do know it is called the Boiling Behemoth.
The boiling what?
The boiling what?
Behemoth.
Okay.
Ooh.
So with
He doesn't know what that word means.
honestly, Andy and Wind Whisper would probably be the first to arrive, as you guys probably fell asleep sooner than anyone else. Following that would probably be shortly after would be Delson and Serenity. So
When we get there, I'm gonna pay for Wind Whisper's breakfast.
Yo, that's so nice. Thank you.
you walk up to the Boiling Behemoth, and it's got a giant wooden sign carved in the shape of a behemoth's mouth. Just no eyes, razor sharp teeth, and you can see just little steam just comes out of it as it just continuously opens and closes and opens and closes.
Cool.
And you can see
Yeah.
there is like steam coming out of it itself. When you can see 3 tables outside with umbrellas, and as you walk inside the door, you can see more tables around that seem to have little incense dispensers on the table in the shape of a behemoth, and more is just coming out of the behemoth's mouth constantly.
Ooh.
And
I'm gonna try to find a really big table because I know that we have people coming.
there is one
Yeah.
in the far corner of the room, and there's also one that's pretty big outside as well.
I'll grab the one that's in the far corner.
Okay. You can see a old goblin lady who's up at the corner right now, who seems to be the owner of the shop, and
Man, not very careful when we go to the city.
Yeah.
No, comes in here.
Yes, she did.
Murders the
She
shop.
would probably assume that she was stealing from the shop, actually.
And the old lady, she's like,
Yeah.
"Good morning. What can I get y'all?"
Good morning. I'm gonna look at Wind Whisper and I'll be like, Do you have any favorites? I'm paying.
What's on the menu? Like,
I will read. Oh wait, I can't read. Shit.
We have found a flaw in the system.
I was gonna read him the whole menu. I can't read.
You can
I'll
ask what your
her-
specials are.
Yeah, I'll say. Sorry, I hate to bother you, but I can't read any of that. So, can you just tell me what's on there?
What, you school? At school?
I went to school, but I stopped.
When reading got hard.
Yeah, I stopped when I'm not good at paying attention.
We got some specials for the Kegel treetops right now.
hey, Brian.
Yes, Callum.
Do I see anything delicious on her side of the counter?
You can see basically there is a counter glass side with some.
Do not
It looks
start
like there's a
shit
bunch
in
of
my favorite
pastries
tea shop.
like that on the other side, like little, like cheesecake kind of mixtures, little like crumb cakes, things like that that have been made, and then you can see kettle boiling on the back with a bunch of actually several different kettles, all of them steaming away, and you can see other little goblins running around and like pouring cups and things like that.
So, seeing the
Are any
kettles
of
and
them
stuff.
looking at me?
Any of them? No. Right now, they seem. Honestly, you look around the room. There seems to be at least
Don't
2 other
steal
parties
from
right
my
now. So it
favorite
looks like
tea
it's starting
shop.
to catch up for the morning hustle, and
Alright.
you can see
So
that they're
a
pretty
couple
busy.
of things I want to do.
Oh,
I'm going to
no.
flick a gust at one of the boiling pots of water and flip it over.
Roll
Not
a.
onto anybody.
Gust does require somatic components to cast it, so you do need to roll a stealth check if you're trying to do it sneakily.
Can't I just go like that?
I'm pretty sure there is a somatic component, and somatic
Starting
does
shit in
require.
Rainn's favorite
Hold on.
tea shop. She goes there
Let me see.
every day. Then you're going to a tea shop next to her house.
This is the gust of cantrip, not gust of wind. So that's Xana.
Do I notice him? Can I try to see if I can notice him starting to do something against whatever his? Okay.
And Callum, if you are trying to be sneaky, roll a stealth check.
All right. Oh,
It is-
nice.
It is verbal
That's
and somatic, so there's like
That's
a
an 18.
verbal thing you need to do, and also a gesture with your hand.
Mine is a 26. So I'm just gonna flick my hand under the table, and I'm going to blow out just audibly, and cast Gust of Wind at one of the boiling pots of water. As it flips over, I'm going to rush, like as everyone turns to look at it, I'm gonna rush around the counter and grab 2 of the little cheesecake things.
Okay,
But
so
rearrange them so they don't look like any were moved.
so you cast the gust cantrip, and it's just sneakily enough that it doesn't seem like anybody notices, and one of the kettles spills over, and you can see the lady who is just speaking to you. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ, you little shit! Go clean that shit up right now! And starts yelling at them in that regard. And while she has her back turned, she kind of like steps down off the ledge to kind of like scold them to go and get everything. And you're able to roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I would notice him doing this because I can see him doing this, right? Or should I also roll a perception check for
Roll
this?
a perception check for this because this is now noticing him.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
What did you get
Okay,
now?
so I noticed.
Callum, what'd you roll?
Who did you ask? I got a 17.
Rolled a
17.
dirty 20. So I noticed him taking shit.
Alright,
Can
so
Can I put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of give him a look like, come on, man, I'm paying for you kind of look?
before or after he goes?
Before he goes. Like,
Okay.
as he's going, I'm gonna just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, really?
Callum, does that
No,
stop
okay,
you?
but I was gonna try to prevent you from having to spend any money.
It's fine.
Does me winking at you change anything?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, then I would definitely stop.
Look
Okay.
at him confused.
Wait, you do stop, Callum?
Yeah, no, I'd be like, what? I wasn't doing anything wrong. Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
When they turn their back around, my hand comes off of his shoulder.
Only Rogue is
So.
gonna get away with this shit.
Yeah, yeah. I
She-
know he could have
Almost
gotten away
stealing.
with it. It's just
She
He's
rolled
like-
a 17 perception, so like it was good that you
so it's good that I stopped him then. Oh my god. Okay.
Alright,
So-
kicked out my favorite tea shop.
So I'm gonna point to the things that I saw him going for. I'll say 2 of those. Do you have any coffee?
Yeah, we got
Ooh,
cups of coffee.
yes.
How much you want?
You know what? We'll get one for each of us, but could you also prepare 4 more? We're having some friends meet us. I'll pay for those.
Each cup is 1 silver, and each of these 2. Was it the cheesecakes or the crumb cakes that you want?
I'll, whichever, Wendy was
The
going
cheesecake
for.
things.
Cheesecakes.
Okay, so 2 cheesecakes.
And each of these cheesecakes are both 6 silver each.
Okay.
Damn, I've got
He's
expensive
bad
taste.
at math. He's bad at math, so he's just gonna take out, like, a handful of silver and be like, how much?
And she's just gonna put her hand down and she'd be like,
Sorry.
takes the silver.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna try to see if she's... I mean, he doesn't know. He's not good at adding shit, so actually, I don't think
No,
he would notice if she took more.
Now that you mentioned it, like, I would totally be watching your money.
Roll a perception
Okay.
check out.
Okay, that's not bad. I got a 23.
23. You see, as she's it'd be 18 total silver for all the cups of coffee and the 2 cheesecakes. And you see for a second, it looks like she's about to grab 2 extra silver, and then she looks at you, wind whisper, and she sees you looking, and she just lets go, and she just takes the 18 silver.
Okay, so as she
I'm
takes the 18
literal
silver,
gold
I give her
piece.
2 extra.
Oh, I was giving her a tip too. Wow, this
Oh,
lady's
okay.
getting fucking rich today.
You guys are generous rogues. Okay, how much do you guys? How much?
Yeah. So I give her 2 gold.
1 gold piece.
She's just gonna be like, you guys, as many refills as you guys want.
Thank you, that's so
Nice.
nice. I'm just gonna shoot her like a little wink and I'll go over to the table.
And as Andy turns away, I'm gonna like do one of those like I'm looking at you, I'm watching you, but then I'm gonna wink at her and smile, and I'm gonna walk off.
Went to the shopkeep.
Yeah,
She's gonna see this, and
because I totally caught her trying to steal from my friend. Like,
she's gonna look at you. She's gonna give like in an old wrinkly kind of goblin face, just like kind of face back at you. I don't know if you can see my visuals, Gala, but you're like. And then you guys go sit in the corner. And Delson, at this time, you do arrive into the Boiling Behemoth. Delson!
Andrew.
Andrew!
Yes?
Delson
You.
arrives!
I don't know what was happening. I couldn't.
You just walked into the tea shop.
You walked
So-
into the cafe.
So you just walked into the tea shop cafe, the Boiling Behemoth. You can see
You
both
see-
Andy
yeah.
and Wind Whisper moving cheesecakes and a few cups of coffee and
A
few
lot of
goblins
coffee over.
are bringing a
So
few
you can
other,
tell that we bought you
glasses
guys coffee.
Well, what's the occasion? And I will sit down.
I'd just say, well, I thought it's my parents always taught me it's a good way to make friends, so, you know.
Aw, Andy, you're so sweet, so
Yeah,
oblivious.
Your parents taught you well, and I will take a glass.
Yeah. Yeah, they're real nice. I'll take it and I put a bite in my mouth. Although, he is not hungry, he just eats.
And then you guys hear from the door. Well, good morning, all. How are y'all doing today?
Oh, what accent are we gonna get for Paul today?
It's
I go, Paul!
well, it's a beautiful morning, don't y'all know?
Okay, we're gonna go with Minnesota today.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying. Okay, I'm not a voice actor. I try to stick to an accent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it slips. He has a Minnesotan accent. Okay.
I'm gonna say, morning, Paul!
Oh
You all
god,
got-
let's
you all
all
get 'em.
yell our names and as we go discuss illegality inside of a tea
Y'all
shop.
get a beautiful amount of sleep tonight.
What does Paul say?
Get a beautiful amount of sleep, you guys.
A beautiful.
Oh, I slept pretty well. Did you sleep well, Wendy?
Windy.
Yeah.
Did you ask what I would say?
Yes.
Yeah, she called you Windy.
I'm gonna laugh as you call me Windy, and I'm gonna go, "Morning, Paul. Morning, Paul."
Morning. Oh, Paul actually does that instead because that's what he said his name is. And he takes a seat and he's like, "Wow, coffee as well. You guys are mighty generous."
Especially coffee at an actual shop, like it's much
At
higher
this
quality,
time-
probably.
Serenity walks
Actually,
in. as
very
well.
good coffee.
I'm gonna walk in as a guy this time.
Okay.
So like the same
The
person
same
that
guy
walked
we
in-
met originally.
I was waiting for it to be a different guy. He just is.
No. Same guy.
That would
yesterday.
throw everyone off.
All right, and Paul's like, "Well, good morning, Serenity."
Good morning.
Yeah, I wave.
I was
Also,
gonna say morning.
Brian, just for your knowledge, I got changed before we left the house, so I am wearing a different outfit than the last.
Oh yeah.
Than
Also,
yesterday.
I am not wearing leather armor right now. I'm just wearing commoner's clothes.
Okay.
I like how we all
I
switch
would-
clothes.
I would have offered Wendy some different clothes if he wanted to change.
They would not have fit him very well.
I have some clothes from when I was a half elf.
But you were still pretty
Actually.
tall.
I was taller than he is, but a shirt would probably fit him.
He's gonna stick with what he's got.
Okay.
And then another 5 minutes go by of sipping coffee.
No, Brian, I go up to the actual the counter.
The bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a counter. It's not a bar. There's no alcohol here, but you can see.
No, but that's what the term is, Brian. The term is a bar.
Yeah.
It's where you serve people.
She's like, "Oh, good morning, sir. How can I help you?"
Can I get a cup of tea and a crumb cake?
Of course. Ah. And she looks and grabs from underneath the table. And she's just like, See? Okay, that'll be 7 silver.
I'm gonna hand her the 7 silver.
Takes it and be like, you have a wonderful morning. She's kind of got like a little cocked eye too. It looks like she's hard to like squinting a little bit.
I'm gonna go sit with them.
Okay. Is there anything you guys discussed? It'll take Rainn another 5 minutes to come here, basically, because she slept in.
She slept in. She still
I'll
has to
just
get
be
ready.
like,
It takes time.
I'll look at everybody and be like, what's everyone's favorite color?
Oh my fuck.
I'll just like straight face. I will look at you and say black.
And really, really dark gray.
Okay, what about you? I'll be like, okay, I can tell you. I point at Serenity.
Oh well, I care for the pinker shades.
What about you, Paul?
Oh boy, they're all just so wonderful.
So friendly. It's adorable.
And he's gonna sit there and think for a while.
Oh,
Okay,
my.
what about you, Wendy? You got one?
My green jacket over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Green's not for me.
Delphin's is black,
Did you make yourself any?
pink,
How many did you get?
green.
Hold on, guys.
Andy is committing this information to memory.
And then Paul's gonna go,
I gotta put you on video real quick so I can show you these burgers that Bethany just made me that look amazing.
hopefully
Yeah.
this
Oh, I
chat
hope the video
loads.
works.
Hopefully it loads.
Getting something.
And then Paul,
Also-
You can Discord.
Paul would just be like, I'd probably say color of hay bale yellow.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
Ooh,
Nice.
look at your loaded.
There you go.
It loaded for a second and we saw it, Callum, but that looked really
Thank
good.
you, honey. You look really good.
Yeah, we saw it.
Andy,
You did see
Andy will
them?
point
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
his belt, and he has kind of like a maroon belt, and he's gonna be like, "This is mine."
Also, I want to do something real quick.
Mhm.
It's a little
I would like to.
100%. Take a bite.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Let me try.
I would like to summon my echo behind Paul, have it tap him on the shoulder, and then the echo disappears.
Mega burger.
You're gonna do that stealthily so you don't get kicked out of a tea shop for using
Are
what
you
they
doing
will assume is magic.
It's gonna be like super quick. I'm gonna try to do it stealthily.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna get kicked out of a fucking cafe, and Rainn just wants to go get her cup of tea, a croissant.
That is a
and-
19, my good man.
19. Your echo appears behind Paul and just taps him on the shoulder and vanishes out really quickly. Nobody in the shop seemed to notice, and Paul's just be like, oh God, gee, I think I might have had too much to drink last night. It's still carrying over now.
Can I do an insight check on Paul to see if he's nefarious?
Roll an insight check.
I
You know what?
think
I'm gonna do one too.
I think Paul's
Okay.
the most genuine one here by a lot.
I know
Guys, if he
Okay.
doesn't... Go ahead.
that is a 24.
Okay. And Andrew, what'd you get?
An 8.
8. Andrew, surprisingly, Paul's hard to read, but he looks like he's like through his idiocy, through his just so like innocence. It's hard to read if it's just a fake or if he's actually like this. Andy, you're able to tell
Sorry, 23.
this
But
dude's he's been a stable boy his entire life, and like he's
Yeah.
just bored. He's actually excited to go out and meet and hang out with people. And
Andy was
like
just
that,
trying to make sure he wasn't faking and pretending.
if Paul
That's
survives,
very intelligent
he
of
will
him
be-
for a rare moment.
If Paul survives, he will be in the main campaign. I promise you all.
Okay, so
He's gonna take vacation after
realizing that he was maybe being a little too suspicious, he kind of sits back more comfortably now. One foot balanced on the other,
And at
on
this
his
time-
other knee, and just be like, okay.
I want to
As
describe
you
how
do
Rainn
it,
walks
Ryan?
in.
Yes, Cal?
I'm gonna go up and buy the entire tray of crumb cake.
Okay.
The entire tray.
The entire tray.
Yeah.
So out of all the slices in there. So yeah, out of one thing, there's about 7 left on one of them, and it's 5.
Perfect.
It's 5 silver per. So that's 35 silver pieces. The lady, the goblin lady's just to be like, "Oh, I get a few more batches if you guys are gonna keep cleaning us up." And then you take it back to the table, and at that time, as Wind Whisper's bringing the rest of the crumb cakes to the table, Rainn, how do you enter?
Hey, give me 1 second. I have to
And
drop my
Rainn,
phone.
since this is your regular place, you know the goblin lady who owns the place. Her name is Lilati.
But she's not even going to actually order. She's going to expect the lady just to see her and get her order ready as she walks in. She's going to be reading her book as she walks in, kind of barely looking even at the surroundings. This is her normal place.
And what's your normal order?
Your normal order is a croissant toasted with butter and whatever their tea of the day is.
Okay. She has a lot of it's a sweet apple cinnamon tea is the specialty for today from the Kago treetops.
As stated, she gets whatever the special is because they always get weird teas in. So she's like, "Fine, I'll try that."
That sounds so good.
So as you walk in, Lila T looks at you and she's like, "Good morning, Rainn. How you doing today?"
That's the only time she'll look up from her book.
And she,
Morning.
Perk up.
And at this time, the croissant and the cup is on the counter, and she pours the tea in.
I'm also assuming that Rainn has a tab that she pays at the end of the week.
Yes. You're a regular here.
So she's like, "Thank you so much," and then she's gonna go be walking towards her normal beat, not paying attention that the rest of the group is there because she's enthralled in her book.
Your normal table is the smaller table that is right next to the big table that everybody is.
She's going to be about to sit down, so if any of you notice, you're the ones who have to tell her to pay attention. She thinks maybe you guys be early.
I'll just reach over. I'll just reach over and tap her on the shoulder and be like,
"Oh, I guess you guys were here early. Most people I work with are usually late, so okay." So she closes the book and puts it away.
If you want to enjoy your breakfast, you can.
At this point, I want to be airplane noising the piece of crumb cake into Paul's mouth.
So that's how Rainn approaches the table as you
See that? Like, I look at Rainn and I'm like, if you want your quiet breakfast, you can have your.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of quiet during the day.
Roll a persuasion check, Callum.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I got a nat 1.
So your gesture wasn't noticed by Paul, and then as you're like burning it into his face, he looks up at the last moment. You kind of poke him in the eye with the crumb cake. So like, just offer it, don't you know?
I tell Wind Whisper, say sorry.
Sorry. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
I'm just gonna set it down in front of him, and I'm gonna be like, sorry.
Take the crumb cake pieces out of his eye, and then be like, thank you. And he's gonna start away with it. And he's like, so, what's on the agenda today, everyone?
Rainn's still just standing there. She has not sat down yet. She's just looking at the mess that is this group, and she's like, okay, I'll work with this.
I hand her the extra cup of coffee, and I say, you might need this one.
I feel like as Paul says that, we all look to Rainn.
She's like, well, if you guys are done creating chaos for the day.
I don't think they are.
She's going to sit down.
I give her a grin.
She's going to slide the tea away. She's like, I don't really drink coffee. So she's going to slide the coffee and be like, thank you, though. And begin sipping your tea. And she's like, well, we have to go get the invitation. So it requires us to go to the other side of town, which will take most of the day. And, most likely, knowing what I've heard about the man, he'll send us on a little wild goose chase of bullshit to go get that invitation from him. As well,
can I roll to see if Andy understands the phrase "wild goose chase."
Roll a history check.
Okay.
I love that. Andy, the most rolls Andy's gonna make in this game are history checks.
That's a 13.
So the term vaguely rings a bell in your head. You do know it means to find something, but you're very curious why a wild goose is thrown into the phrase.
Yeah, he's just like, I understand what that means, but I don't know why it's called that. Okay.
She's gonna continue to be like, also, on the way, I need to stop in... Oh, wait, I need to look at the map. Give me a sec. I need to stop in the section that's upside down. I'm sorry, I have to...
Yours was in Telerian Town, where you
Telerian
got your...
Town? Okay. It's because the way it's written, it's very hard to see on this map, so I was having trouble pronouncing it. She's like, I need to stop in Telerian Town and pick up some armor.
I mean,
that's on the way.
Do you just want my...
I had
Do you just want my old pair? I don't need it.
No, I had custom ordered gauntlets made for
Okay.
me.
Ah.
So, do we know anything about the preferences of the man we're supposed to get our...
I have never met him, and if you're talking
Okay.
about sexual ones, Mr. Succubus today... No, I know of him as I've worked with many associates who've also worked with him, but I have never met him myself.
And as you say that, very similar to how it was a few days ago for you, Rainn, another short blue with green slicked back long hair creature just really fast runs into the shop, and everybody stops for a second and just looks around, and then they just look at the creature and they're like, oh, because this is normal around here, these creatures running around. And you can see a quickling who just holds up a chest to you.
Okay. She's gonna pick the
I
chest.
looked at it and I'm like, who are you? You're cool.
And then they just look at you, and you would actually you probably wouldn't have ever noticed.
Yeah.
So they just look at you, and they just look up, cock their head, and just and then and just run out of the bar.
I guess this is a method of delivery. A method of delivery. Ooh, talking's hard, guys.
Not everybody uses guard.
I'll just like look around and say, did anybody else see those? What was that?
Delivery service, and she's gonna open the
Do
chest.
do I know what that thing is?
So roll history checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rainn doesn't. She uses this.
1. Not natural. Not natural. 4 minus 3.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Total of 1.
I got a 4.
Callum, what'd you get?
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted me to do a history check?
Yeah. Everybody roll a history, so.
I didn't know an unnatural 1 was a thing you could roll, but
I've rolled a -1 before. What'd you get, Callum?
A 6?
Okay. So it makes sense for you, Wind Whisper, since you have been existed the least amount, so you don't know what this creature was. It just sped in and sped out. Andy, you've seen gusts of wind go by, but you just thought that was the wind before.
yeah.
Serenity, you're not sure either. You spend most of your time inside it. You don't really ever get deliveries. You, Delson, the only one that actually makes sense. So growing up, you have had deliveries come to you. You know there is a normal delivery Furbolg who comes all the time, named Guard. Guards in this world.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
But you guys, you do know that in Zista City, he basically has enlisted these little fae creatures to help him around do his in-city deliveries when he can't do them all. And they're known as quicklings. They can they can run at about 120 feet per turn. So
That's cool, dude.
yeah,
Wait, how much?
120 feet per turn.
Have I met Guard?
Roll another history check.
Apparently, Andy doesn't do much mail.
5.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Guard will remain a mystery.
Yeah.
Rainn
makes
uses the
sense.
mail service. She knows who these people are.
All right, and do you open up the box?
Yes.
So the box itself it has semi-regal curves and designs carved into it with red felt on the outside. You open it up, and there is a red cushion inside, and there's also a letter.
She's like, ooh, this is fancier than normal.
And to everybody, so you guys can all see, because I took a picture of the note. It's in chat now. It says, you can see a letter that says, Rainn, when you retrieve the item, keep it stored in here for your own good. Otherwise, you may get burnt out before you deliver it to me. Otto Toxicook should be expecting you in Crewin's Crag. He resides above Fiona's Flower Works. Answer the shopkeep with, I came for the flowers. Their dance is irresistible. Otto should have ideas for how to get into the party. And then it's signed F.
I'm assuming that is her employer. Correct? I forgot his name already.
It would be a safe assumption. His name is Faltheon.
Okay, then, yeah. I keep forgetting his name. I'm the worst about it. He's a devil guy who works at the strip club down.
It's Faltheon the Shame.
So she's gonna close up the chest and put it in her bag.
Okay. And Paul's just like, oh, what was that little thing?
Mail service.
Oh, well, you got mail?
What's mail?
What about
Have you never received a letter, Andy?
Oliver will... No, not Oliver.
Wrong character.
Oh, character.
I really want to play Oliver, in case none of you have realized. I'm really excited to play Oliver, so
He's
I
in this city. He is in this city right now. So
We could run into him,
I'm gonna
technically.
say.
But would retcon some
I'm gonna
stuff.
say what's.
I'm
I'm gonna say what's a letter.
Delson will look at Annie and go, have you never gotten mail before?
I don't think he has, considering what we just discussed. So he's gonna say, I don't know what that is, but no.
Oliver, damn it! Stop! I don't know why I said it again.
And just so you know, Delphin, you probably are the only one who has ever actually received a letter from Guard.
Okay, so
yeah, Rainn's only got the whatevers.
So
I haven't always been in Ladris, so
What?
I'm still like kind of new over here.
as
I've been here for like a month.
as Andy says that he doesn't know what that is, Delson will just sit back and go, huh.
I'm just gonna look at Elsa and be like, just get used to it. It's much easier to not think about it.
I don't know, like, I'm male, but.
I'm
Wrong
so glad
mail.
you said it. I couldn't say it.
Yeah, that's what you get from Rainn. Wrong mail. Different spelling. In every language, it's a different spelling.
Oh.
They're not
Sorry,
even
I
related.
can't spell. I
I'm
can't
aware,
spell.
Andy. Very well aware.
He's gonna kind of sit back a little disheartened because it feels like everyone's making fun of him. So he's just gonna get a little.
Rainn's gonna
pout
give
on
him a
his
very
face.
small, like,
Wind
sympathetic
Whisperer's
smile.
gonna try to feed you one of the pieces of crumb cake.
Oh. Andy will accept.
Like, do you like?
Yeah, he will open his mouth.
As you open your mouth, I just jam the entire piece of cake into your face.
He just goes.
Andy, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
I have advantage on saving throws against being, like, poisoned. Does this count or no?
No, this is suffocation.
This is
Just asking. I also don't need to breathe.
Because you don't need to breathe. It's kind of just like getting lodged in your throat. Like,
It is a
so-
crumb
Okay,
cake,
that's
right?
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
a
it's the
dirty
crumbs hitting
20.
your throat.
dirty
Be irritating.
20. So
Yeah.
without needing to breathe, you are able. You're able to like hold it up and
Yeah.
slowly
I
chew
hold it.
Actually, surprisingly,
Yeah, I
doesn't
like push it.
not being able to like breathe out while this thing is blocking your mouth.
Yeah, I like push it into the front of my mouth with my mouth closed. I put a hand in front, I chew it, and I swallow, and then I put my arms above my head, turn my head to the side, and go.
You can see there are some crumb cakes stuck in your fur now.
I'm just imagining.
I look at
Oh, fuck.
Wind Whisper and I just say, a little gentler next time, man, and I tap him, I like pat him on the head.
Yeah, didn't I tell you to like ask first? Don't you know?
Nah, okay, he was being nice, it's very
I'm assuming
enthusiastic.
these crumb cakes are just like those little cinnamon rolls that Drake's has.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just powder on top, so you put one whole thing in your mouth, like.
Yeah,
so dry.
I brush off the crumbs from my chest and like try to get it out of my fur. He tries to like lick them out of his fur, actually.
Rainn's gonna
cat.
tip him. Be like, no.
Guys, this heist mission
Why?
is gonna be at least seven sessions. I was hoping it was gonna
Yeah.
be 3. It's gonna
Yeah,
be at
because we're
least
gonna do it because
Come on,
these
dude.
people are
These
so
characters are
chaotic.
too gold. They're too golden.
So, will Andy actually occasionally just lick himself?
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
Can.
Jamie
Rainn's probably gonna
said-
tip him every time he does it though.
Why? He like looks at her.
Well, to her tapping him, it's like it's inappropriate to lick yourself in public.
I like. He gets a very confused look on his face and is like, "But when other cats do it, it's not a problem. Why is it a problem? Because I'm big."
You can see
Because
Leela.
you are a being with consciousness.
You can see
He doesn't
Leela-
know the word consciousness. That was a poor choice in Rainn's part of words.
Say, if this was Knock would say that's debatable, but this is not Knock.
You can see Leela T just over the counter, just like looking at Andy, just like.
Okay, I'll just brush them off.
In private or
Okay.
walking around, no one would care. You're at a restaurant.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
Brian,
Yes.
can I make a stealth check and try to sneak up on Rainn with another piece of crumb cake?
Roll a stealth check, Rainn. Roll a perception check.
Yes!
That'd be a check where there's a dagger in his knee.
You are okay, Brian. I'm sorry. Callum is taking over Chaos Incarnate right now.
He's
I
playing a
guess it's pretty good too.
People
So,
crumb cake. It's
can I
not
make a
chaotic.
response to Andy licking himself?
Hold on, let this crumb cake situation go.
18.
Yes!
Oh,
Got
you
another
just
22.
22. Rainn, you're just too focused on Andy right now doing that you don't notice the little Kenku just come up and then just shove it. You need to roll a constitution.
Wait. I didn't shove it in his face. I didn't shove it in her face. I'm just poking it against her cheek.
Okay. So out of nowhere, you can just hear a just crumbing it.
She's gonna grab his hand and be like, I'm not a big, even though the crumb cakes are great, I'm not a big fan of crumb cake overall. But thank you for the offer, and slowly push it back.
Oh, okay.
And then she's
He's
gonna
just
take her
gonna
tea,
whistle,
sip
like-
it, wipe off her face that
I'm
probably
gonna
has crumb
hold-
cake on it.
And then
I'm gonna hold one of Wind Whisper's hands to just kind of try to lower the amount of chaos. Just kind of be like, here, hold my hand.
Serenity, what did you want to say?
So, as when Andy went and licked herself and like, or licked himself, he's like, that's something many people would enjoy seeing or participating in behind closed doors, not in the open.
I do an insight check to see if I understand her meaning or his meaning.
Go ahead, roll an insight check.
Rand's
Okay.
gonna finish her croissant.
He's
Like a normal
a double
person.
meaning, so it takes effort for him to understand when people are making it innuendo.
Rainn, you're
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's a 22.
You are
22.
able to understand the innuendo.
And your
just like-
endo. Oh!
I just like, I look at him and I'm like, why are you like that?
I think what he says, I was like, they are literally
well, when you work at a
a
brothel,
sex worker. That's why they're like that.
Oh,
A sex worker who
I
loves
didn't
their
know.
job.
I didn't know people did that for a job. It's a weird job.
Some would consider them lucky.
Useful skills.
Rainn will laugh, will be slipping her tea and kind of laugh at it and be like almost spitting it up.
I guess that is a pretty useful skill, actually.
She wasn't ready for it. She's
There's
then
But
gonna.
just so you know,
skills
not
you can get at a
not
brothel.
everybody. I'm gonna look at Serenity and I'm gonna say, not everybody is into that though, right? Like, there's people who aren't, that don't like that stuff.
Andy, there's people who
You'd
like
be
many
That's
different
surprised,
things.
A lot of people come over and visit.
I've met a couple of people who were just like, nah, never,
Yeah, I've seen people that are like that and still come visit.
As they say,
Oh.
I can
Girl-
see Rainn.
What happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors.
Do any of the monks take like an oath of celibacy? Is that like a thing?
Some of them. There is.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
this
so I
is-
do know people.
And this is something I don't have finalized yet, but you, Andy, would be the only person who knows. I have created my own. I'm in the process of completing my own monk subclass called the Way of Solitude, and that is a big part of it.
Oh
Right?
shit. Oh, okay. So yeah, so I would know a lot about that, and I'd be like, yeah, I know a lot of people who just never,
Rainn's just gonna kind of murmur, different strokes for different folks. Finish her
They
tea.
are also like 90 most of the time, so that
Can I
might be
roll
part
for,
of it.
Perception of hearing that.
As
You definitely heard that. And what do you want to say, Delson?
as Rainn said that, I'll be like, I'll drink to that.
She's
It's
gonna
coffee,
she's
not-
gonna give a very small
Okay.
smirk and be like,
I'll
okay,
raise
and put
the
her tea
glass.
down. I'm asking the rest of you have not finished eating. Rainn, in the very short time she's been there, has eaten her food. She's
Oh
like,
no, I already finished.
Oh,
I just-
Andy's food has been empty since like everybody got there pretty much. Like before Delson even walked in, I bet his cheesecake was gone.
I believe we should get going.
Okay.
Okay.
And Rainn's gonna
Finish the
stand up.
last sip of my tea.
Yeah, Andy
Sit down.
at her saying let's get going, he kind of immediately stands up without even thinking.
Does he hit the table?
I mean, he's pretty dexterous. I don't think he would hit the table.
Paul's gonna finish just sipping his tea and just finish crumb cake and just be like, "Well, let's go get this day start to a great start."
She's gonna wave. Rainn's gonna wave to the goblin hostess owner and
I'm
be
gonna
like, nice
before we
day.
leave.
See you tomorrow.
Before we leave, Andy is going
Brian.
to quickly stack all of the dirty dishes into some piles so that it's easier for the servers to take them.
And as you finish stacking them, you can see
Yeah.
two younger goblins just come up and just grab the plates and look at you and be like, "Thanks," and just grab them and just scurry off.
Once, and I head out.
What were you saying, Callum?
So Rainn said that we should head out. Is there a rooftop nearby outside the door, like that I can see from the door?
Yes, you
Yes,
are in a
it's a
city,
city.
and it's perpetually 4-story buildings just all the way around you as you walk through the streets.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Rainn is gonna stop you the second you try and fucking gallop onto the building.
You guys walk
Then I'm
out.
trying to what?
You guys walk out into the streets after finishing your meals. You can see a plethora of different races walking through the streets. You can see dwarves, elves. You can see humans. You can see even every once in a while, not as common, but other devilkin, not necessarily like Serenity, but you can definitely tell by the features. You can see tieflings, and then there are squads of guards walking through the streets.
I
In
look
their
like a
presence,
normal
six.
person.
I'm just gonna put my grappling hook back after seeing one of the guards.
Rainn's gonna. Can I roll to see if I notice him at any point pulling the.
He wasn't stealthing it, so you definitely were able to see. If you only
Okay.
need to roll perception if they're like trying to do it.
Either way, I would have rolled to see it. I rolled well. Rainn's gonna like, please do not get the guards on our tail. It'll make this
I'm just gonna look
dismally
really
harder.
sad. And go.
There'll be a time and place for playing with the grappling hook. Now is not that
I
time
want
nor
to-
place.
As we walk, I
Oh,
want to
before
keep
we
a
walk, Rainn
lookout
wants to
for...
stop at her apartment and grab something,
Oh, okay.
which is only down the street like a little bit.
Well, as we walk there, Andy would like to keep an eye out for anything shiny or interesting or cool, even if it's a cool rock. Just keeping an eye out
I
for
notice
something cool,
that Andy's looking at the ground really intently.
probably.
I'm gonna flick one gold coin towards a building so that it rolls against the wall and have Andy chase it so that he bashes his head against the wall.
Aw.
That's both
And
mean
he will-
and funny.
Andy, roll a perception check.
Missed the gold coin.
Also, I would like.
Oh, I almost had a nat 20, but it got fucked up, so now it's just a 7.
7.
Like, my pen got in the way. My
So,
pen got in
roll
the way.
back?
It was going to be a nat 20. Yeah.
Wind Whisper, you flick the gold coin, and Andy doesn't seem to notice. But as you do this while you're walking down the side avenue where Rainn leads to Rainn's apartment. You can see a few little kids running around, and they just see the gold coin, and they just run after, and they grab the gold coin, and they start fighting over it.
Oh, how many kids are there?
There are 3 kids. There's 2 tieflings, and then there's 1 human.
Right?
Okay, I'm gonna flip 2 more coins so that each of the kids has one.
No, they're just gonna kill each other.
Okay, so they look around, and they all look down, and one kid yanks the original one, and then the other 2 fall back, and they just reach for the other 2 real quickly, and they just have them. They're just like, and then you can see them run off into their to play further down the street.
Cute.
Rainn's gonna have one of those looks about her, about like the children in general. Not that she hates them, but that you can tell something's causing her to spite them. They're
And
probably
Delphin.
loud.
Delson, you look like you want to say something.
I would like just to just check if there's anyone following us.
Roll a perception check.
Good plan.
All you see is your own shadow.
Ooh.
14, 7. That is a 21.
Surprise. Yeah, no, as of right now, there does not seem to be any guard or any type of person who has their interest on you. Get the idea, especially being here a lot, that the city is so colorful when it comes to races mingling together that right now, unless you guys do anything to draw attention, you guys will probably just be seen as normal people going about their day.
That's why Rainn's trying to be like,
Cool.
no stupid stuff, and we'll be fine, and we won't have to do much work at all. So
You
it's
see
you
me
guys.
put my grappling hook back for a second time.
You're just gonna hear. You're gonna hear Rainn like sing out loud.
I'm gonna turn to Wind Whisper and be like, "Do I need to take that from you, little guy?"
No.
Look.
I'll be
Okay.
good.
I think you.
Bye.
So it's your character's choice if they would follow Rainn up to her apartment for her to quickly grab some stuff.
I would like to come up with her if she seems okay with me coming with her.
She's not stopping anyone. She's like, I just need to grab something. So like, it was an invitation nor a non-invitation.
Okay, I'll follow
I'm
her
gonna
up.
stay in the streets.
Paul also stays in the street.
Brian,
Lean
can I
against the
go
building.
see about those kids?
Delson, where do you go?
You said we're going up to Rainn's apartment.
Yeah, you have a
Go
choice:
up.
either stay in the street with
Stay
everyone
out.
else, or walk up with Andy and Rainn.
And Serenity also went in the apartment, she said as well.
No, I
No.
said I leaned up against the building.
Oh, I thought you said
Like
I'd
where
go
the
up.
door is, she's just leaning, waiting for us.
Yeah, I'm going to stay outside the door and keep an eye out.
Okay. And as Andy and Rainn go upstairs and the rest of everybody stay outside, let's take a quick break. I have to pee
Okay.
very
Same.
bad.
Yeah.
So, we'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you all for coming and enjoying so
Oh
far.
man, this is supposed to be like quick, and we're just like, no, we just
actually
kind of
have some
in a
progress.
restaurant.
Hopefully we have some
These
progress this section.
Characters are too fun to vamp with.
Yes.
Sorry.
They are very fun, especially how they interact with each other.
We'll be back in like
Yeah,
5
exactly.
minutes. See
Yeah.
you guys.
They can see us and hear us.
Well, hello. Returning back. Let's just jump right into it. Andy and Rainn. You guys climb up the steps to Rainn's apartment.
I have no clue what
floor
floor
is
her
your
apartment's on.
Every building is a four-story building, so you have your
He
own
lives on the third floor.
third
Andy
floor.
probably has to duck his head as they climb the stairs because he's very tall. So he's pretty much ducking until they're into into her apartment.
The ceiling wouldn't hit your head, but it would be close enough that you'd probably be like,
Yeah, he just kind of naturally crouches a little bit until they get up there. And is gonna wait either until she says something to him or until they are inside of her apartment to talk.
All right, Rainn, this is all on you right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's gonna walk in pretty much silence, kind of just noting that
Yeah.
Andy followed her, and she's like, okay, whatever. And
Yeah, I mean, you didn't stop him.
yeah, well, she's like, okay, whatever. She didn't know if people were gonna follow her or not, so she's just gonna continue on. She's gonna get to the apartment.
I'll follow. And
Unlock.
it takes a lot of concentration for him not to talk, but he's gonna try to be.
Does it look like you're strained?
Until you're walking in front of me, so unless you're looking back
I'm
at
saying
me, I don't
when
think
because when they get to the apartment, she's gonna probably stop to unlock the door, so he would look at you at that point.
there's like definite tension on his face, but he's trying real hard to look casual.
As she unlocks the door and does her deadbolt, and then the actual lock on the door, she's like, "Is there something wrong?"
He kind of lets out a breath.
As she
It's
opens the
like-
door and begins to step in.
I mean, and he'll follow after her, and we'll just be like, I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's not like I expected anything. It's just you didn't even say hi to me.
We're going here. Oh shit.
Can we pause to describe the apartment, and then I'll give you her.
You have the floor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Rainn's apartment is a pretty simple, I guess, it's like a studio plus an extra room, I guess. I don't know, it's a 2-bedroom plus a large, kitchenette, living room, dining room, all combined. Then you can see there's 2 rooms in the back. One's clearly a bedroom, one you can't see because it's dark right now and the door is closed. That's where all the shit is. And you can see another deadbolt and lock on that room.
Do I see the bird?
The bird's probably sitting somewhere in the room.
The bird is over. There's a little peg that was on the corner of the room when Rainn purchased the apartment, and that is like the bird's perch, and the bird is just sitting up there.
You can definitely see this probably.
He probably hasn't looked away from Rainn yet. Actually, he probably hasn't noticed anything yet.
There's clearly a trash bin underneath where the bird sits. That's where. So that way she's like, I'm not cleaning it up. Just automatically goes in the trash bin. On her kitchenette, in the cabinets, there aren't really there's not much food. There's some small snacks that are clearly things that you wouldn't have to prepare. Her stove looks like it's never been used. If not only boiling water. So it's perfectly clean. There's a kettle on it. There's no other pots that you can see. And kind of neatly stacked and clean on the counter are little bowls from her favorite noodle shop. I'm assuming they're bamboo-style bowls. They're those reusable bowls that technically could be disposed of normally. That some Chinese restaurants have.
Yeah.
And
you notice that you probably noticed that he doesn't spare even a second to look around the room. He's for once completely focused on the conversation.
Oh, don't worry, you'll get the completely focused brain in a second.
Yeah.
I just want to describe to the people. Yeah. The room has there's a couch, maybe a table, maybe a second chair. It's very minimal. And a bookshelf has a bunch of books in it. That's why the least place is because there's clearly not enough space to fit more books on the shelf anymore. And some are just sitting haphazardly around the shelf. And that's the least
on top of the books that are already this.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where clearly she owns more books and she knows how to deal with, and she's not buying another shelf. She's right at the point where, like, buying another shelf means you'd be able to do it, but then she'd have to fill the shelf, and, no.
Yeah.
Then the cycle
Then she'd
begins
have to
again.
reorganize.
Yeah.
Reorganizing is a pain in the ass.
So she's going to turn to Andy and be like, well, at first when I saw you, I didn't know who you were, since you're now a cat person. She's going to say that just to tease him.
Yeah.
Then here it is.
No, I know. I get that.
Then here it is, Andy. Hello, Andy. How are you? How's the past almost 6 years been?
Yeah, 6 years. Well, I mean, I'm
I know
not
you
the
died,
only one
you
who's
told me that.
changed. I say I'm not the only one who's changed here.
I know, but
And
you
I
haven't asked
kinda-
me yet.
I kind of gently gesture towards her face.
That's something we can put off until later.
Okay.
If we
I
survive
don't
this
wanna
whole deal,
pry.
if we survive this whole deal, I promise I'll tell you the story.
I mean,
It's
I
personal,
just
Andy.
missed you.
I understand. And that's very kind of you. Few have ever missed me.
I know that.
Andrew, pay attention. This is your competition right here. Is Oliver.
You gotta be edgier.
Oh, Oliver and Rainn
I
are going to be a
know-
much meaner conversation. They dated for 6+ months.
I want to apologize for not coming to find you earlier, but I did try. You're just a hard lady to track down.
Because if I was easy to track down, I'd already be dead.
Wait, what?
Sometimes I haven't run with the best of company, and sometimes those people don't like me very much. Luckily,
I can't imagine someone not liking you, but okay.
Maybe not liking me in terms of personality, Andy, more the actions I did. But it seems most of those aren't following me anymore, so I guess it's not much of a worry anymore.
I mean, I guess I'll go into it a little more, since it's just you and me now.
Rainn's gonna sit down on her couch and kind of just wait.
I'll
Not
sit on the floor.
patiently, but like sit to listen to him.
I'll sit on the floor. And I'll
Is he
say,
staring into space
well,
too?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just kind of like looking up above her head, probably just like at the blank wall behind her.
Yeah. Rainn's being
It's
patient because
like-
she understands it takes him a moment.
At the
Yeah.
angle you're looking, you can definitely see the raven.
Okay. I
He's
say,
not distracted yet.
yeah, he sees the raven and just goes, oh, hi. And then I turn back in and I say, oh, shit. Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm sorry, Rainn. I didn't mean to teach him how to swear. Fuck.
It's not the worst he's heard, I promise you that.
Okay,
We determined it's a
Well-
he in complete organic sentences.
yeah. Well, I have a teacher now. Their name is Carson. And they're really nice, you know.
That's good. You deserve people to be nice to you, Andy.
Thank you.
She knows Andy was
I,
nice, even though she's impatient with him. She knows he was very kind.
I didn't have a lot of time to look. I kind of owe them everything, kind of.
You owe them your life.
So
Isn't that how the deal goes for those who were resurrected by the monks?
well, I don't really know the specifics.
I like how I'm implying Rainn knows more of the specifics.
She probably does. She probably does know more about this than Andy does. And you know, I mean, my Carson just kind of said it'll be over when it's over. And I think it's up to him or them. Sorry, it's up to them. when it's done, I think. But, you know, they have taught me a lot. I'm a lot better at what I do now.
You're even better fighter than you were when I met you.
Like, a lot better, actually, yeah.
Ooh, then we might have to hit the fight clubs after we're done with this all.
Yeah, you wouldn't imagine what 2 extra hands gives you an advantage of. I mean,
Wait,
pretty useful.
has she done that ability yet? Has he done that ability yet?
Yeah. He showed her the astral arms back
Okay.
at Zan's.
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining what Serenity would say if she just heard that comment.
Yeah.
Extra hands!
Honestly, having 2 extra hands and a tail, pretty useful in a
Oh
fight.
man, it's a good thing Serenity's not here to ruin that moment.
Yeah. And
Oh God, yes. It would be
I mean,
so bad.
I can hold my breath for a super long time. I can run
So
real
couldn't
fast.
Couldn't he do that before when he was a rogue? Isn't that one of your rogue
Uh,
abilities?
His level he finished level 3 right after he was resurrected.
Okay.
Is I imagine how that happened.
He got the level 3 rogue after he resurrected.
Yeah.
Sometime. He that's when Andy realized that Andy has lived multiple lives before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's just a question
he's gonna
I
say
didn't know.
I have a feeling. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I have a feeling this has happened before. Not just like to people, but like to me.
And it's not that crazy. They're actual gods. The gods are real, not fake. Though their care of our lives is minimal.
What does Andy know about the gods?
Roll a religion check.
Okay.
That's a -3.
It's also, it is also -3 because it's. Oh, okay, 12.
12. You know the gods play a decent portion in the lives of a lot of people in society, though some do choose to live their lives without them. The border, the southernmost section of Zista City, is where the majority of religious practice is, as the actual. Hold on, I actually have the name. Give me 1 second. Just go back there. It was. Oh, okay. There's an actual. There's a place called the Awakened View that is right at the southern section, which is part of the Church of the Awakened Few. It's the ones that's right at the direct southern border, and you would know this as somebody who's lived in Zista as long as your memory can recollect. There is an actual section at the southernmost portion of the city where you can climb up to, and there is statues of all of the known and regularly worshipped gods.
Okay, so I would know their names then from going there. Okay.
You don't know too much about each of them individually, but you do know of each god.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, but they've never really seemed to give a shit about me.
I don't think they really give shit about many.
I guess
Rainn
that
resents
makes sense.
the gods because she knows they exist. She knows they're all powerful, but they don't do shit. So she's like,
there are a lot of them. So I mean,
they're all too busy for us anyhow.
I mean, sometimes when I sleep, I dream that I'm a different person, and then when I wake up, I still kind of feel like them a little bit.
Well, that is odd, but I sure as hell am not a shrink. Do shrinks exist in your world, Rainn?
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody, there's mental health back in this time.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm actually crazy. I feel like
Andy, I don't think you're crazy either, but I'm not the person to help you unpack this, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's what
there.
I've been up to.
Okay.
Pretty much, is trying to unpack that. Kassen has been trying to help because they care. But there's not much they can do either, so.
Rainn's gonna look at him, look a little sad, and be like, I'm sorry I didn't look for you.
I mean, people get busy. It's okay. I'm not hurt by it.
The reason I didn't look is most people have never gone to look for me. Most people just disappear in my life.
I did kind of disappear. Wasn't a choice.
Oliver
I know.
somewhere gets a pain in the side of his head. Just
All
I mean, it's pretty odd, don't you think?
Which part?
I mean, the last time I saw you was the night that this happened. Kind of points.
Rainn's
neck.
gonna. Oh man, I guess I'm about to roll to kind of hide her her feeling towards
Yeah, I would like to roll an insight check.
that. Because Rainn's gonna be like, that's the only reason Andy's here.
this
Is
would be
Rainn feels
Rainn's-
bad.
This would be Rainn's first deception check as you're trying to deceive.
Yeah.
And this would be Andy's insight check.
Natural 20.
Oh, you're
That's
lucky.
a
I
total
rolled
of
an 18.
20. That's a total of 25.
So you notice Rainn's kind of grimace
Wait,
as she says that.
Andy has a +5 insight?
Yeah, it's wisdom
Yeah,
based.
he's really wise. He's just dumb as a rock.
Wow! Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's really wise, but dumber than a rock.
He's averagely wise. He's like a 16
Yeah.
wisdom or something. Yeah,
That's
he's
not
pretty
bad.
wise.
You are able to see that Rainn is holding her composure, but you can see with the mention of this happening. that
She's
same
uncomfortable.
night, she is she's uncomfortable with the idea that happened.
I kind of tense, and I'm just like, you don't have to worry about it. I'm okay. It's not like I'm fine. I like slap my arms.
Rainn
here,
Rainn
you know?
kind of like switches from her seriousness to like, that's what matters, that you're okay now.
Yeah,
She's like,
I mean,
okay. She's gonna walk over and grab her raven, put her finger out for it to crawl into her hand, and be like, I don't know if it'll be useful for us.
And just flies down. Useful for us.
what's his name?
Oh.
Wind
like-
Whisperer is gonna love this Raven.
Rainn's gonna look at
We're
the
gonna
bird.
talk. It's gonna be the best.
Rainn's gonna look at the bird and be like, I really never thought of it. He came with the apartment, so I really didn't think that much of it.
I'm gonna turn to the raven and I'm gonna say, "Do you have a name?"
And then in the exact same voice as you, do you have a name?
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing that's a no. She's gonna put it on her shoulder and walk towards the locker room and unlock it.
Mhm.
And be like, I just need to get some gear before we go.
I will follow a little, but if she looks like she doesn't want me to come,
She's
I
kind
will
of gonna give
stay
you a
back.
look if you try and walk too close towards the door.
Yeah, okay.
This clearly is a room that has her stuff that she doesn't want. If someone broke into her apartment, it would take a lot of work for them to get to the stuff.
Yeah, so I'll stay respectfully back.
She's gonna light a torch or whatever. Unless, yeah, this is part of the room
Candle.
that doesn't have
Candle?
what, candle.
Yeah.
Candle or
Candles
lantern.
acceptable in apartments. Torches are more dungeons.
Sorry,
I'll raise
maybe a
raise my
lantern.
voice a little and be like, you should get some art in here. It's kind of
She's gonna
empty.
she's kind of looking like, I'm more into books than I am into actual art. That's why there's a pile of books. It goes in the list of books, music, then real art. She doesn't have a lot of possessions. She might need to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
She can abandon books and not feel bad.
She's
3,000
probably
gold.
already read all of them anyway.
Yeah, a 3,000 gold painting. She's gonna feel shitty if she leaves.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's gonna go grab the rest of her equipment out of her thing. But she didn't have all of it on her when she
I'll
started.
say, you could just steal one.
She's gonna laugh. She's like, oh, maybe we'll do it when we're at that nice house later on.
Seems like something you'd do.
Then she locks the door and begins to head out. She's like, well, I guess we should head out.
And I just stop her for a second. Say, really good to see you again. And I'll hold out my arms in like a gesture, but will accept if she does not want to.
She's gonna smile and know that he's a hug because they've dated before. And
Yeah.
hug him.
Yeah.
giving actual consent to a hug, and like before when you ran up and like,
Yeah.
Rainn!
Yeah, that was out of excitement. He wasn't really thinking.
Yeah.
Now he's thinking and in a clear head, so
Now that he's
He'll
giving
just kinda-
her the choice of consent towards the hug, she will give him a
Yeah.
hug.
so
She's like-
he'll
she's
just
like,
hold her close for a
and she'll
second.
just say, "I'm happy you're alive still."
I'm happy you're alive still too. They'll let her go.
And they're gonna head downstairs.
So outside the
He'll
apartment,
take a deep breath as he leaves.
Serenity
Emotionals.
leaves the door. Paul standing right next to Wind Whisper, and Delson standing in the nearby area as well. Children playing. You guys can see mothers who are putting up laundry across strings across some of the windowsills. Some men are around, but not too many, as a lot of them are out for their day jobs. What do you all do in this alley in front of Rainn's apartment?
As we talk for like 20 minutes.
I literally just watch. I just watch for anything.
Yeah, just sit
No.
there.
And
No.
let's see what Callum decides to do. Callum?
Yes.
Make sure none of us
I
do anything too stupid.
kids that I gave the 3 gold pieces to.
Mhm.
Do I notice them? What are they doing?
Excuse me.
You good, Brian? Are you dying?
Sorry. I'm on my 3rd drink.
Yes.
Oh no.
You can see
DM be drunkest tonight.
you can see the 3 kids actually have a piece of chalk that they have, one single piece, and it seems like they're just drawing images on the ground right now. All of them have their gold pieces. You can see they had all put them in their back pocket, and now they're all like fighting over the chalk piece to try to like draw the image a little.
Aw. Damn, these poor ass kids.
You're in the poor district.
They're not even that poor. These are the wealthier poor kids. They have chalk.
right now, just for frame of reference, you guys are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys are off of the 5th ring, which is the last of the poor district. So these people are still technically in poverty, but they're like the next step up to like if their family got something, they might be able to afford to move up into the middle.
If their
district.
parents got that lucky break, they would be able to finally move on to a better district.
Yes.
Some of them might
Okay,
even work
come on,
in the
I'm
wealthier
gonna-
These
district.
kids got a piece of chalk and they're not working.
Mhm.
They're not part of the poor.
That's the key. They
I'm,
have chalk. They don't have to
and
work.
that's-
That's
and
why
that's
they're
why-
able to live in this
And
system.
that's why they have one piece of chalk. They are able to afford one.
And they don't have to work for a living as children slaves. They're wealthy enough to live that way. They're wealthy enough to be kids.
So Callum, what do you do?
I'm gonna so I'm gonna crouch down behind them and I'm gonna whistle. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna hand out 2 pieces of charcoal.
The kids, like, as soon as you whistle, they, like, stop drawing, they look at you, and you just be like, hey, it's a Kenku. Hey, hello.
Hello, hello.
They start giggling a little bit.
I just hand them the charcoal.
They take it.
Before I hand them the 2nd piece of charcoal to like the 3rd kid, I'm gonna draw a happy face.
They giggle, and they're just like, wow. And they take the charcoal, and they start drawing, too, just like, we can share now. And the one kid grabs the chalk out of another kid's hand, and he's just like, yeah, we can draw now individually. And then the 3rd kid's just like, huh, you let them share. And then you
That is how siblings be, though.
Holding the chalk and
Yeah,
the
it
charcoal,
is.
and I'm like, better share, better share.
And then the 3rd one, which is one of the 2 tieflings, is like, yeah, you heard the Kenku, share. And then the one human is just like, fine, after I finish drawing the queen, I will let you take the chalk, okay?
Yeah, what's the queen look like?
So, okay, let's see a performance check by the.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an 18! Okay!
Fucking nailed it, kids! Yeah!
Well, he's
So,
got chalk and charcoal. He's got like shading and stuff. Like,
So, you can see pretty fucking well detailed for chalk and charcoal. The queen, she has a very stern, almost like bony cheeked face, but you can see her hair, and you can see there is a little bit of flames actually coming off and going down the long hair that she does have. It's got a nice regal dress with minimal details because still chalk and charcoal. But you can see they do draw like with the charcoal, twisting black designs on like her face and part of her arms as well.
Okay. I'm gonna tap the kid on the shoulder like pretty vigorously, and I'm gonna go, useful skills, useful skills.
And he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm quite the artist. I hope to actually do something with it.
From there, I'm gonna say, interruptions aside.
Ally cocks his head at you, and she's like, "What do you mean, Kenku?"
Shit.
Oh man, poor Kenku.
I know, I'm trying so hard. I can just say a bunch of mean things to them. Oh. Wait. So I'm like, really neat trick, really neat trick. Start miming to them. Basically, who is that? So I would go.
They said the queen.
I would poke the drawing, and then I would cock my head and poke the drawing and cock my head over and over again.
And the human kid's just like, well, that's Queen Kitteris Vilhelgrin. She's the one in
First
charge
time
of
we've
this
heard her name on stream.
True.
Don't you know the Queen?
I just say, working as a team, right?
They all start laughing a little bit. They're just like, you're funny, Kenku. What's your name?
I blow in one of their faces and then cast the gust spell at one of the other ones, like to billow their clothes.
And the wind blows. And
Stop using.
Oh,
Rainn
hold
hasn't
on.
seen him use magic yet, so she hasn't even yelled at him like, "You're gonna get arrested."
Oh my god, all three of them. Okay, I have to. I literally was just like, God, if they roll high enough for this, I'm just like, what? Wind seems like you're whispering a little bit. Wind whisper?
I go, right?
Wind whisper, hey, you're pretty
He
cool.
can say his own name. Oh my god.
Did they really roll that high?
It comes out in a child's voice, though.
Yeah, he can say it.
I can. That's awesome.
I got a 14, a 15, and a 16 when I was rolling for their intelligence. I'm like thinking it, so.
They worked as a team and got it.
Yeah.
Work as a team.
While this is going on, Paul is just looking over at it and just looks back at both Delson and Serena and be like, well, that one's mighty friendly, don't you know? Looks like he's good with kids.
Rainn, I hope you spend all of next week listening to Minnesotan accents.
Ah, God.
Just
What
watch
I would
Leonard
do
Kenny,
to
you'll
have-
be fine.
What I would do to have
wait.
of my own. He says that to Delson and Trinity.
So I'm gonna point at the kid who was drawing the queen, and I say, something harder, right?
You want me to draw something harder?
And I shake my head at him, like I nod at him.
I can do my best.
You know, yes, and I maybe.
No, but shut up. It doesn't. You don't need to talk for all interactions.
That's true.
Alright, so the kid starts drawing another image. Roll a perception check, because it's not as well done.
My perception check is... Oh, damn, that's good, actually. Okay. Perception, I got a 24.
You can see wings and like a long neck and then a few like whiskers basically coming off and stringing off. It's not easily identifiable, but it kind of looks like a dragon.
Oh no. You know what? I'm not gonna use dragon's breath because they're children and I don't want to scare them.
And get arrested.
But I am gonna cock my head back and go rah.
All the kids,
Like
all the
trying
kids
to
join.
mimic a dragon's roar.
All the kids join in with you. Rah! And then Delson, Serenity, and Paul, you all just see Wind Whisper just with these three kids just rah! In the sky in this hallway. You can see a few parents who are just helping with laundry above look down. They give a little bit of a laugh.
Adorable.
And at this time,
So damn cute.
Rainn and Andy come back down.
Yeah. Do we see them going rah?
You guys come out at the exact moment as they're just going rah! Right down in the alley.
Rainn's just gonna shake her head.
Start laughing.
And Paul's just laughing and being like, "Oh, I see the friendly one." Of course, I do. Bye, Andrew.
I just turn my head over to Wind Whisper and I go, "Yo, Windy, I think we're heading out soon."
I'm gonna say in a child's voice, Wind Whisper, rah.
Three kids are gonna be like, "He likes Wind Whisper."
You
Andy's
actually
only
have a
note for
name.
this session.
Okay.
Andy's only note for the session. Wind Whisper.
No, he has a couple of notes.
Yeah, favorite
Just being
colors.
ass.
Yeah, he wrote down their favorite colors actually.
Priorities.
He would already know Rainn's. So what is Rainn's? Because he definitely would have asked her by now.
Green and maroon / dark red.
Okay.
Besides, like, even though she mainly wears
I'm gonna
clothes
say
that are
the color of dried blood.
And
Rainn's
Yeah.
edgy as fuck.
the kids look over at Wind Whisper and she'll be like, "You'll come back to play a few times, right?"
I'm just gonna wink at them and I'm gonna run off.
Wait, without the rest of us, who's gonna dart?
What?
Do you run off back to the group, or do you run off away from the group back to the street?
No, I'm gonna run into a crowd. Try to like hide from them.
Okay, so there's not too much of a crowd down this alley. You would have to basically get to the corner and around to get back to the main street.
Oh.
Oh, so even better than that, I'm going to run around the corner and try to like scale up the building a little bit.
Okay.
So that if the kids face me, they won't see me immediately.
Are you climbing up one of the ladders, or are you just trying to climb up the actual wall itself?
Well, you know, climbing up a ladder would be easier, but I didn't think of that, so probably just climbing up the actual building.
So,
We're gonna lose you, dude.
depending on how you want to do it, acrobatics or athletics.
Rainn
Alright,
just
I'm gonna
sees
do
him
acrobatics.
dart off, and it's just like,
And Paul
I got a
just starts
24.
Paul just starts running off like, "Hey, yo, wait for us, Wind Whisper!" And I can't do that's in a Minnesotan accent. I can't do that phrase in a Minnesotan accent.
he'll
So
work
right
on
up
it, we promise.
As the kids run off as well, Wind Whisper, you're able to jump and grab off of one potted plant and swing up and get to the first balcony, and you're hanging off of there right now.
I'm just gonna like chuckle to myself and cover my mouth and like be as quiet as possible.
The kids are gonna run over and 3 perception checks. Are you rolling a stealth check to see if you're hidden?
Do you want me to roll a stealth check?
If you're trying to hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got an 18.
Okay. There's so much wholesome content today, guys. It's
Yeah,
gonna
this is
be great
pretty
when you start
wholesome.
Murdering people. Okay.
We haven't
all-
gotten there yet.
all three of the
We've
kids-
not set the trend of what will happen in the future.
Oh, okay. All 3 of the kids look over and they're just like, "Where'd he go?" And then Paul runs up on him and he's just like, "Hey, he's right
Wait,
there."
as Paul runs up, shit, he pointed me out. As he points me out, I'm just gonna drop onto him.
Roll an athletics check as you try to
You're
grapple.
gonna kill him! Oh no!
Oh no! I hope I don't kill him. Athletics check. I got a 12.
12. You fall on top of Paul from 15 feet up. You're gonna deal some damage from the fall.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
As you fall on top of Paul, you deal 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Knock Paul off the floor.
I run over. Do I see Paul unconscious?
You see Paul unconscious, and the kids are just
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna do a medicine check to stabilize him.
Oh my god! I'm so awful.
By the time Rainn gets there, she's gonna be like,
That's a 19.
19. You are able to find the point of impact and actually try to to the where the damage was, and are able to stabilize Paul.
I look at Wind Whisper and I'm just like, be a little more careful next time, bud.
Paul is unconscious. You guys don't know this, but for 4 hours.
I'm gonna carry Paul
Can I try to wake him
on
up?
my back.
Serenity, I need you to roll a medicine check.
Okay.
as
This
this
is,
happens,
and this is for knowledge of how to revive someone. I actually have a cool way in the city that's
16.
16. You're gonna know this in your own twisted way. Sometimes from the requests that happen in your house,
I'm definitely gonna wake people
people
up.
do like some a little bit about a pain, and from that
Don't hear 'em
sometimes
laugh.
they do get knocked unconscious. And one specific way that seems pretty effective is the sardines that are basically acquired from around this area has such a potent smell that it actually
Can I just sternum
it
rub him?
wakes you up.
Can I just straight just take my knuckle and just drag it across the sternum?
I would
I'm
say
just gonna do that.
especially with that. Well, you have that knowledge of the medicine, but with that same medicine check, you're able to just hit some pressure points around in their back, and especially since you know the human anatomy so goddamn well, and just afterwards,
He wakes up on my back.
where am I?
I turn and I'm like, you okay there, Paul?
Rainn is
I
very
guess so.
loudly to all of you say, "You all!" in a very stern voice.
I did nothing.
Paul kind of
Woke
jumps
him up.
out. Paul jumps out of Andy's arms to his feet, and just like,
Yeah, I turn around.
and the kids kind of scatter off at that
Yeah.
voice.
Like, come to the front, and I'm gonna have my hands behind my back, and I'm like kicking a rock or some shit, and I'm like not even making eye contact. I'm
The
like,
normal little kid method of solving this problem. You're like, this is my home. We are trying to do a very important mission. And you have so far caused much ruckus. Poor Andy's just like, some of these words.
He's like, I'm not 100% sure what she's saying, but I know she's mad.
I guess we're going to have to set some ground rules here.
No
One.
being stupid?
Sure, that will be one. Though it seems that your ability to tell stupid is much lower than mine, so it'll be determined of what I think would be stupid. If you think it might be a bad idea, ask me first.
Understandable.
I'm just
2.
gonna raise my hand really slow.
Hold on, before you do that, Rainn, I want you to roll an intimidation check. And because of the situation, I'm giving you advantage on this.
Oh, you guys are fat.
Already intimidated. He already feels bad, even though he didn't do anything.
Unnatural 20.
Paul is like kind
Yeah.
of with 1 hit point right now, kind of just quaking. And just like
Yeah, you see Andy's
I'm
ears
fine.
kind of flatten
Can I
against
roll
his head, and
to
he's
go
like, "Oh,
against the intimidation?
What would be against intimidation? Would that be like
wisdom? Maybe I don't know."
it's?
Maybe just a straight charisma check.
I'd say a
Hmm.
straight charisma check. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Good idea.
I
You want me to
agree.
roll?
If you're trying to contest the intimidation check, if
Rainn's
you're
not
just
trying to
letting
be mean. She's just being mean because she's frustrated with you all.
I rolled.
No, Andy takes it.
I rolled a 15 on that.
you are
22.
still intimidated by Rainn. Serenity, you've seen Tucker.
No,
This
I'm
isn't
not,
that
like,
here at her peak, anyways.
I get it, but I'm not gonna be intimidated by her.
And Rainn, continue your rant.
She's like, because the real reason she's angry, this is her home, and you guys are causing a ruckus where she lives. That's why she's annoyed.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
It's completely fair. I'm like, I agree. Those two are being fucking retarded.
She's like, she's gonna get a little bit quieter. When we're walking around the city, no magic. For in an area that's more conspicuous and seems that others are using magic, it's fine. But when we're walking through the main city streets, no magic. We cannot have the god following us.
Nothing that looks like magic.
Does Andy know that magic isn't allowed here?
Yes. He's
You've
grown up
lived
in
your
the
whole
city.
life, no even check to know that the guards
Yeah, okay.
are strict against people who use magic unauthorized. Authorized you do see magic at times in the city, especially people who've got a permit for it. But
Mhm.
unauthorized magic is not allowed.
Okay.
He's like, furthermore, anything that can draw attention, like scaring up a wall, should be left until we need to.
Look straight at Wind Whisper.
Oh, yeah, straight at him.
I just wanted to let you know. I got an unnatural 20 to contest your intimidation, so I don't know if I'm intimidated.
You understand the intimidation, and you're a little bit put off by it, but you also have the stubbornness of being like, I like doing things like my own way. Like, you're kind of scary, but there's a but to it.
She's going to
I'm
then
gonna give. If I see that Wind Whisper doesn't look intimidated enough, I am going to add into it, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I mean, yesterday could have ended a lot worse than it did." And I give him like a look.
Does he say that out loud? Like,
Yes, he does.
And nobody except her and him and Wind Whisper knew about that.
Rainn's
So
gonna breathe in.
I'm gonna try to intimidate as well and be like, "We gotta be a bit more careful."
Rainn's gonna just breathe in and be like, I don't even want to know.
Okay. My
Because I think
intimidation
it'll
check
only make me angrier.
Oof, that's a 24.
Callum, if you want to try to contest that intimidation.
Yeah. So, just a charisma check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so I got a nat 20, and so 23.
That
Nope. You
still
still
is
failed.
not
That
enough.
fails. Yeah,
That fails? Son
Yeah,
of a bitch!
I rolled a 24.
I thought my nat 20 would certainly trump that.
That's
So
not how skill checks work.
you had a little bit of a
It's a
steel
contested
resolve.
thing.
You had a steel resolve after Rainn, like, I get it, but not. And then Andy started disciplining away, and you're just like, okay, like, I get it. You are new to the city, and these people are giving you, hey, this is how things need to be in the city, unless you want to be put in jail kind of scenario. So it's starting to hit you, like, okay.
You'll be hung like other pirates.
No, you're not hung. You're thrown out the fucking city, boys.
No, that
That's
is
something
a good
that
point.
he might have understood.
I
Well,
say,
now,
what's a
Rainn's about to get
pirate?
nicer. Wait a second. Rainn's getting down in a more softer tone and less intimidation. He's like, those who get in trouble in this city aren't treated very well. Many, especially if using magic or other powers, just get thrown off of it. And if they can fly, they tie something to you so you'll make sure you're dropped in the lake.
Delson,
So I'm gonna, as Rainn is still speaking, I'm gonna walk over to Paul and give him a hug.
Delson, I just want to say you have seen what Rainn is referring to multiple times. It was part of your deciding factor of, wow, this is really unfair treatment of the people. It's
Seen
basically
them
called,
too.
they're going to send you floating. They tie something to you if you can fly, or if not, they just
Yeet you off the city.
yeah.
One day I'll have slow fall, and it won't matter.
That's part of the reason as to why Delson kind of kept his abilities under wraps, and no one really knows about what he can do. Like, personally.
Yeah. And as Wind Whisper comes over and hugs Paul, Paul kind of just puts a arm around Wind Whisper. Like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Rainn's like, so you all need to be more careful, and if you're all good rogues, you need to be stealthy. She's like, for now, paramount is the mission. No more time will be wasted hopping from buildings or onto people. We're going to take a nice walk down to... I need to find the fucking place. Give me a second.
Telerian Town.
Yeah, I just found it as you yelled at me, Brian. Thank you. We must walk to Telerian Town. I have a shop I need to stop by, and then we have to go meet... crap. Otto. There we go. Remember his name. Got it. And then we have to go meet Otto and see how truly eccentric that man is.
By any chance,
Probably can't
do
beat
I
us,
know
to be
of
honest.
Otto?
No, you haven't been in town long enough.
How long?
Maybe he visited the.
How long
brothel?
have you been? How long have you been in town?
Like 2 or 3 months.
No. Otto doesn't.
Do I know of Otto?
Otto does not go to brothels for a specific reason.
He goes more.
Lived here my whole life.
clientele.
Have I ever?
Roll a history check, honestly, with disadvantage because you
Okay.
don't often go to this part of town.
Also,
Okay.
you're not a criminal.
That's a 10.
10. With that, no. He
Okay.
keeps his name generally hidden.
So, Rainn is, as she's going to begin walking towards you, much more calmer than when she initially yelled at you guys. She's going to be like, and please, you can play with the kids here in my neighborhood. I don't care. But please do not create a fuss in front of my house. I live here.
I will, at that, hold Wind Whisper's hand again, and just be like,
And she's going to look at Wind Whisperer and be like, I know you're new to town. I know you don't know all the rules. But the last thing I need is for you to be dead. And that's on my conscience.
yeah, so I hold on to Wind Whisper's hand if he'll let me, just to kind of,
yeah.
just that
I
way
don't know
he
does not have any shyness about touching.
he can't, like, go off without having to try to let go, and Andy can maybe hold on to him if he seems like he's gonna go do something stupid.
Alright. And Rainn, do you start leading everybody forward?
Yes, she does. She's like, now off we go.
Okay.
By the way, Rainn now has a raven on her
Whistling
shoulder. You
guy,
guys
cautious
probably
too.
haven't been paying attention to that because she was yelling at you.
Mm-hmm. Also,
The
it
fuck's
makes
with the
sense
raven?
that Andy's intimidation is so high because it's 6'5".
As Serenity says, what's with the raven? The raven just turns around and be like,
She's like,
Okay.
I don't know. I found it in my apartment.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna start
Okay.
laughing
I've seen murder.
hysterically at the raven.
I'm gonna start suggesting random names for the Raven. So I'm like, what about Bartholomew? What about
Wind Whisper 2! Wind Whisper 2!
Wind Whisper 2? What about
That one, Rainn just like shakes her head.
what about Cardamom? What
Shorter
about-
ones.
the raven repeats every single name you say after you say it.
Okay, what about Flighty?
Flighty.
just like a bunch of random nicknames.
You guys have about a 2-hour walk to the section of the city you're going to.
Yeah, he just
fuck.
keeps listing.
So 2 hours later, and 2,000 possible bird names.
What about Robert? Okay. What about Marshmallow?
You guys finally get to the section of Telerian Town where Rainn knows her her guards that she purchased are on the other side of a building. There are 2 Triton guards in front of the door.
Oh, so we're back where I was in session 0.
Yep.
Okay. She's gonna go, she's like, you guys go, I don't know, stop around the area. I have to go make a stop. Do not follow me.
Okay.
Fine.
She's gonna take the bird and hand it to Andy.
Candy, I put it on my shoulder with a grin.
She's like, hopefully you think of a good name in the time I'm
Brian?
gone.
Okay.
I gotta go at 9.
Well,
Bethany just got me a text.
okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
So, Rainn, what do you do?
Rainn's gonna go along to the alleyway where she'd originally walked up, because I believe it was an alleyway. And
Throw
she's
an
gonna,
acrobatics, right?
yep, and she's gonna do what she did last time. Acrobatics. So that's 16.
Do this quick enough, it's perfect to end at 9. 16. So that's actually easy enough. You're able to find with the ladders and the handholds. You wait until there's not too much traffic in the alleyway, and you're able to hop up until you get to the roof of the building.
Yep. And then she'll quietly scale back down towards the way that she'd found previously. That was 4 thieves.
You enter back into the same area. You can see a few Tritons walking around, some of them wielding some weapons on them. They just look at you really quickly, but a lot of them recognize you, so they don't give too much attention.
And she's gonna go back into the shop where she had bought her previous. Brian, can you roll for the gold from the 2 pouches I stole in session 0? Just so I can add that.
Ooh, that's terrible, dude. I'm sorry. That is only 5 gold.
Okay, cool. Hey, that's half the price of what I need to pay left. That's fine.
I rolled 4 d12s. I got
Oof.
3 1s and 1 2.
Oh, poor Rainn. Bad score that night. They already spent it all drinking. The problem was stealing from drunkards.
So you return back to Telerian Steel, and you can see Sidrin Sorzax there, and he's just like, ugh, you said you were going to be back the next day. This is what, 3 days later? 2
She's
days
like-
later? I lose track time.
She's like, life sometimes gets busy, as you know. And she's gonna
Oh.
have the gold to hand him.
He's going to take me and be like, well, you're lucky. I was about to sell this to someone else.
Oh,
Boss
someone
is
else. She's like, another woman had the same exact forearm size as me.
It's a big city. I got to make my money somehow.
I guess that's true.
Oh, take this, and if you get into trouble, you didn't get it from me.
Of course. I never heard of the place. And she's gonna smile as she steps out.
And he's just like, all right, now, get out.
And as she's leaving, she's gonna put on her new gauntlets.
And you have a +1 to your AC while you're wearing.
Nice.
You're gonna have to put those. I have to find those gauntlets in that equipment. Don't you?
Just custom do it.
I'll do it later.
So you return back the same way you came?
Yep.
Or you go out the front door?
Yep.
Which one? Same way or front door?
The one where I recognize the guards or the doors that I'd left prior,
Yes.
and the ones that the guards who I recognized, and be like, "Have a nice day, boys."
They walk out and they're just like, next time you use the password, Rainn, find it out. You know how to do it.
She smiles. She's like, "But it's so much faster to go around the walls."
And you all, not even 3 minutes later, see Rainn come out the front door, and she's now got these little arm gauntlets.
I'm assuming they may have just regular steel. Are they regular?
Yes.
Normal armor steel, so they're not very shiny. They're kind of dull.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
She's going to have to shine
When
them.
when Rainn gets back, I imagine Andy has just been sitting there racking his brain for names for this raven. And as she comes out, he just goes, "What about Pitch?"
She's like,
Pitch!
"That could work."
Pitch!
She's going to take the raven and be like, "Does pitch work?"
Pitch!
Cool. Well, pitch. We're going to keep walking down this road.
It sounds like he's saying bitch, you know? So it's kind of funny.
Pitch!
we're gonna keep walking down this road. If you see any vendors with some their coin pouches out a little open, grab me the good shiny stuff. And she's gonna let the raven fly away.
And the raven flies away. No good scores this time. I do apologize, man. It's the roll of the dice.
She's gonna
See you guys.
re-put on her shoulder as she walks.
You guys continue back down to Krulin Town now?
Mhm.
Yep.
Or Krulin Crag?
Yep. She eventually. I do, which we can do it next session. Do want to stop at a shop that would have like bolts and stuff for crossbows.
Are you going to Krulin's Crag for Fiona's fireworks first, or flowerworks first, or are you going to do that shop first?
I'll go to the shop first just to play it safe.
For the bolts?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are walking down and entering into Krulin's Crag, that's where we'll end tonight's session. So,
Sorry for having this end so early, guys.
No, it's fine.
It's all good.
That's 3 hours, dude. It's fine.
Oh, good game.
Yeah.
I was expecting you guys to get to autos within the first 20 minutes.
Ah!
Hours later.
Right, this session's happening until
Had too
September,
much
boy.
fun.
These
You
are
guys,
two.
if things were going as I had planned them, you'd be going to the castle next session.
Look,
No, we're
you
not.
underestimate our ability to vamp.
We have
Alright.
built some of the most eccentric characters in history.
It's so fun.
Oh, just so you know, I'm gonna have to try and find some research or find out about this auto dude, and I'm gonna find his preference.
Maybe
I
it's not
can't
sexual.
wait until you guys meet Otto.
He's
Maybe
Maybe
odd.
something really weird.
Good luck. No.
Serenity, I think you're gonna. Okay, we're gonna see how things end up that time.
We'll discuss that not on stream.
We'll see how this crew of I don't even want to say misfits because you're much worse than misfits.
These
this
rogue
party of
rogues.
This party of rogues that you guys have formed. Next week, I actually am not going to be in town, so we are not going to be able to do a session next week. I am going camping because I need a break from everything. So
Yeah, I get that.
we
I
will
might
see
too.
you
I don't
guys. We will see you guys in 2 weeks to continue where this heist campaign has gone off. We'll have this video up on YouTube by the end of the week before Friday because that's when I go camping. So probably by Wednesday or Thursday.
We're shooting for Thursdays. Our release dates we just failed this week.
Thank you guys all for coming and watching this chaos. I spent 8 hours today, guys, planning all the things Otto was gonna give you. You didn't even get there, so at least, hey, this gives me more time to prepare it and make sure it's awesome. So
Prepare auto as well.
we will. Oh, Otto's fully prepared, Serenity, and you have no idea what's gonna happen. We will see
You're gonna get told
you
to shut up eventually.
time.
Good night, guys.
Thank you all for coming until the next disaster. Good night.
Good night.
Alright.